So what I do with like my comedy is, so usually I start off and I make fun, I do self-deprecation, but when I start off, I make it sound like I'm gonna make fun of someone who is ethnically, religiously, sexual orientationally different than me in some kind of way. But when you listen, when the punchline hits, you realize I'm not making fun of them, and it's either I'm making fun of myself and they're on top and I'm the fucking butt of the joke and everyone in the
I
room is
love that.
laughing at my dumb goofy ass. And so now and I do a few more self-deprecations about me. So now everyone's laughing at me and I'm like a big goofy clown and I'm moving around all goofy and shit. And then now I can start doing other jokes where it's like more of like rants and more of like observations that may people could take offense if they don't like feel comfortable with you right away. I used to do a lot of cocaine, LSD, ketamine, ecstasy, and Molly.
Which one was your favorite?
LSD.
Which is mushroom, right?
No,
And then you got sober, and then you switched to beer, and
just I just smoke beer and pot now. I'm like a cool dad, you know. Just a little beer and pot here. We don't need all that extreme shit. But if you want to have a little token of beer in my garage, or you and your friends are
so I
allowed.
imagine that psychedelics send you the very strong message, and you said, "Okay, I got the message, and I move on." Right?
They helped me open my eyes and made me more comfortable to see and just look in the right way and just open up my eyes. They didn't really direct me, they just made me feel more comfortable and just accepted nothing is easy and everything's wild. And if you see it as crazy hard or something as that hurts you or haunts you, it'll always do that. A real mother lover out here. A real MILF, the MILF Slayer, Ethan Fyfe, the MILF Slayer. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had women's husbands FaceTime me crying, be like, "You fucked my wife." And I would respond, like, "Dude, I'm 19. Leave me alone. Your 34-year-old wife got me when I was 19. You got to lock that down better, buddy."
And what was the reaction to that?
Dude, like there's this chick that I met on Tinder one Friday night when I was
Rose.
19, and she told me to come over to her place that night, and I did. Then I walk into her living room and there's pictures of her, a man, and two children in the photos all over the living room, and I was like, if your husband's in the bed, I'm not down with it. Well, if he's only watching, I'll be down. I can accept if he's watching, but if he's interacting.
Yo, 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 everyone. Hello, all those beautiful, amazing, courageous people all over this superbly challenging and beautiful planet. My name is Robert Canis, and this is another bold Beyond the Courage podcast. Today, our guest is Chicago born and bred, hyper.
Hey yo! Hi everybody. My name is Ethan Fyfe. I am your fucking least favorite person in the whole world. Facts, you know. Hell yeah. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate this opportunity, for real.
Thank you so much for joining us. We spoke a little bit privately. I've seen you on stage. You got enormous amount of energy, and I really love your wild style. You said
Thank
that you
you.
got ADHD. How it came to that point? Why
I got like
comedy?
ADHD and HD. Like, you know, it's like ADHD to like to the fucking
PhD.
max. You can see that shit clearly. Like, you don't even need to like ask, you know. And I like grew up in a weird time, man. People call me Gen Z, but I feel like I'm millennial, you know, because I grew up watching all my movies on VHS. And I remember the day my mom brought me a CD and I looked at the rainbow shit and I thought I was like transported to another realm. I was like, what the fuck is this? The future? Like, I didn't know what was going on. We bought a machine that could play VHS players and DVDs. And in my mind at the time, I believed that, like, yo, we're never getting flying cars because this is it. This is like the peak of technology right here, CD and VHS player, you know? And then, bro, they keep on trying to tell me I'm Gen Z. I don't believe you, man. I got ADHD, and I'm not like one of these kids that self-diagnose, you little fuckers. I had some doctor fucking tell me and get me on some fucking Adderall and Ritalin and shit, you know, like a real one, you know? Hell yeah.
I love your T-shirt. And so, would you say
It's a curb.
it's a curb, red curb? I love it. Very Chicago style. Would you say so? Would you say that you have a PhD of ADHD? ADHD,
Do I have a PDH?
like a
Hell
next
yeah.
level
I
of.
have a PhD in ADHD, and my ADHD is seen in HD, 4K, baby, all day.
Okay, and why comedy? You are also an actor. You're also a stuntman, right?
I mean,
And
comedy
professional
to
shit
me,
talker, as you.
professional shit talker. Yes, sir, indeed. Um, yes. So, comedy is like, that's ever since I was like a little kid. I was like always like ever since I can remember like just being around people or just like have any memories. I was always like the goofball, always like the clown and messing around and like getting a little mischief, not like bad mischief, but like fun, goofy, annoying mischief and shit like all the time. And I found out like what a stand-up comedian was when I was a little kid, and I was like, dude, holy shit. People always tell me like I can't like go anywhere in life with doing what I'm doing, and I don't want to stop doing it and I don't have to because I found out where I can take that to being a famous comedian, which doesn't look like it's happening right now from the way I'm looking in this camera. I look ugly. Oh my god, they would never put me on the big screen. Oh man. But yeah, no.
So
So I was always the class clown and everything. And then when I was a little kid, I wanted to do stand up comedy. So in fifth grade, there was a talent show, and so I wrote a set and everything. But I didn't want to like perform it there, for my first time doing stand up. I wanted to go somewhere for practice. And have you ever been to the park in Wicker Park right there?
sure,
By
many times.
Big
I
Star
love that
Taco?
area.
Hell yeah, a long time ago. This was in 2009. I was 10 years old. I did my first stand up performance ever in front of live strangers. It was just like this little fucking granola kumbaya place where it was all like poetry and just like dudes playing their acoustic guitars, singing songs called Water about how they have a bad relationship with their father, and it's all like that. And I always had like a real foul mouth and like I was never PC as a child, the way that I was like raised and brought up and everything. Like my dad's from Jersey and my mom is Irish from Chicago. So, I had a pretty
That's a very wild combination.
fun and wild time, had a potty mouth on, and I learned how to really amazingly like swear and come up with like funny like phrases as like a little kid, where I would get in trouble all the time at school, but I would even make like the teacher laugh as they were bringing me to the principal's office, which was hilarious. And so anyways, so I'm in Wicker Park and I do this show, and it's like, oh, these guys are a little too granola for my flavor. So I start off doing by like a bunch of like the like lighter jokes, the kiddie jokes that I was gonna ease into at my talent show. And then I start roughing it up a little bit and having more fun. And then some Karen, like original Karen, like the OG Karen from 2009, fucking stands up and heckles me and is trying to destroy me in front of the crowd right there. A little 10-year-old boy at an open mic night park in like the park at Wicker Park, And it was just so funny because literally, like in a split second, I immediately like shot back. I don't remember what I said there, but I said shit where people were dying and like rolling, like what the fuck. And even like my dad was there, and he helped me write the jokes, and like that shit that I said there, I didn't write, and it was just so quick and hard. And then I kind of kept on playing on it, and then I continued on and crushed it there. And then I moved on to my fifth grade talent show. And the funniest thing, so my grandpa, he's like about 6'5", 6'6", just like this
As a
big,
huge dude.
massive, like oak tree of a human being. Um, and it was really funny. I had him planted in the crowd, so it's like my whole school and all the parents that came to see the talent show, and no one knew this guy was my grandpa because I had him sitting away from my family and everything. It's like this big, massive man, and I had like this corny ass joke where I had him like come up to the stage, like he didn't know he was gonna get picked and everything, and it was so great because he like sold like the obliviousness, like he had no idea it was gonna get picked or like who I was, for like no one ever found out that he was my grandpa until I started like telling them like years later. It was like so funny. Um,
Love that.
and then after that, like I was one of those kids that could never find like what he wanted to do with life, you know, and couldn't find what he loved and his passion. But I always loved like being goofy and silly, and I did that. And my mom saw me do that, and like I at when, at the fifth grade talent show, and this is like the first time I stuck out and like did something on my own and like kept to it and was like, I'm gonna do this, went out and did it, and not just did it but like crushed it, you know. And then um she was like so excited to see that I found something I really loved. So she put me and enrolled me into Second City weekend classes for stand up, sketch, and improv comedy
Hmm.
from every grade from when I was in fifth grade all the way through when I graduated high school. Every weekend I would be there either on a Saturday or a Sunday doing like a 2 hour class of one of those three. And in the summertime, every summer, I would do like a 2 week program over at Second City where you get with a bunch of kids and you like fill out a theater and put on your own show and write your own sketches with the kids, perform them, and play improv games for the crowd, you know. And then I did one for stand up comedy in the summertime too, and it was like in the Up Comedy Theater. And I didn't really know how big it like. I mean, I knew it like meant a lot, and I was obsessed with comedy and watching comedy movies and stand up forever as a little kid. But like just to like I knew it was all from there, but just to be in there and to be on like the Up Comedy stage, even though like as just like a little kid, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I like nowadays, like I would like fucking kill if I had an opportunity to perform there doing like my stuff now as an adult, you know. And it's just like, oh man. But I did that all for years, and then after like high school, I was just like worked, never went to college, and then just kept doing stand up here and there, and just goofing around, making some stupid, goofy videos with my friends, and never doing nothing with them, uh, and fuck around a little bit. But I haven't been like take. I kind of like took a break from it and kind of got a writer's block and kind of lost my way a little bit for a couple of years, and probably like 3 years ago. I've been like 3 or 2.5 years ago. I started like really like taking stand ups a little more seriously and putting more like effort into it. And I
Hmm.
used to never record or film anything like growing up. And then people keep telling me you should start posting stuff on Instagram, man. You're funny. You're funny. Like people would like your shit, man. Like you're funny. People would just like to sit on the couch and watch your fucking goofy ass videos and shit. And so I was never really about like posting that shit. I was always just like I don't know. But then I started doing that, and like I kind of been like, you know what? I always knew like I had that little like X factor in me, you know, for this, but just to be like, I don't know, people wanted to see me and coming to these mics, and a lot of people remembering me and remember some of my
Hmm.
jokes and not getting annoyed that they're hearing them again, but getting like hyped up to hear him again. You know, I watch and pay attention to the crowd, even though it doesn't look like I can like even see anything because I'm moving around too fast. You know, but I see the crowd. I'm very observant to how they are, and from just uh being able to just play on my feet and do whatever the fuck, you know, I can mess around with them I want any way I want to, but make it like it was like in the written sketch or in the written joke or whatever, you know. um I'm sorry. I'm talking. You can say, man. I like I said, I have
No, no,
ADHD,
no,
man, and everything,
that's
bro.
fine.
If you tell me to talk about comedy, I'll start talking, and until like I either like die or like fall asleep, you know, I won't stop, or until someone shuts me up or starts going.
Uh, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I really love your energy. I would like to build a little bit of context to our conversation. As I mentioned you privately, we also have another channel in Europe, especially in Poland. I was able to get very deep into the comedians community over there, and I met the top comedians. And I would like to say that Polish stand up, which is only like 14, 15 years old, It's a global phenomenon. We have a guy in Poland, if you go on YouTube, his top specials got like 40, 50 million views, which is insane.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah. And what Poland did, it's such a short time, of course, learning mostly from American stand-up. And I have this big dream is to connect Polish comedians with comedians here in States and in general globally. I also met some comedians in Australia. We were recording podcast with Nick San, who is superbly funny. He's from Sydney. He's got a really super funny story. To make the long story short, he was doing comedy and then he discovered ayahuasca. Have you heard about ayahuasca?
I'm familiar.
Yeah,
I am a very adventurous and I feel like the only risk you should never take is not taking the risk.
I love that.
I feel like, man, what's the point of being here and waking up every single day if you're just gonna do the same shit and never like
Yeah,
evolve to be better or follow your passions or your dreams, man. People
it's
die every
like being
day.
being dead,
You
being
know,
living dead,
man,
right?
you could be walking on the beach and a fucking coconut could fall off a tree, crack your head, and die, bro. I've
Exactly.
had friends that died in car accidents, and they're like good people. They had bright futures. You never know when it's fucking gone, man. So I just like, how fucking dare you if you're someone that just like wastes their potential and doesn't like go out and try new things and be open minded and do shit. We have this big awesome fucking world that everyone is so unappreciative of and it's like I don't know, man. We all are everyone's an artist in their own way, everyone can do something cool and special instead of fucking around with doing shit that they don't want to do. Start doing more shit you want to do. Don't
Yeah,
waste your potential. Don't be lazy. I'm sorry. That's what I was just trying to say. But like, I fuck with that and like how the buddy has been just working hard with those 40 million fucking views in Poland. That's fucking crazy. Jesus.
yeah, and that guy from Australia, he was doing comedy and he went for ayahuasca experience, and the spirit of ayahuasca told him that comedy is destroying his life, and he started doing ayahuasca every week for like couple years, and after 6 years, nothing changed. so, so he decided to come back to comedy,
My
and
man.
right now I'm building like I'm trying to network comedians from Poland and Australia and here in States. So if you be open to that, we can talk about it later. We would like to create like panels for comedians where comedians can talk transcontinentally and transculturally about comedy, about
Oh yeah,
life,
let's trans all that up, baby.
Yeah,
Let's switch shit up. Hell yeah.
yeah. So that's
Transylvanian.
that's my dream, and I'm trying to be very consistent here. Uh,
I could never be Optimus Prime, man. I'm not responsible enough, dude. I'm too much of a stoner. I couldn't be Optimus Prime. I don't like responsibilities. If I was Optimus Prime, I would be like, Autobots, roll up. Dog, we just be sitting down. Megatron's taking over the world. We'll get
yeah,
that later, dog.
you said you love comedy, dogs, Taco Bell,
Go Bell, yes sir.
weed, beer is cool. There are some
I like
really
playing basketball. I live close to this beach called Foster Beach, and they got all these really nice basketball courts right on the beach by the water. Man, it's so awesome over there, and just kids, adults, anybody's just there, like just shooting around or playing like pickup games and shit. It's awesome. I love going over there playing. I like doing you ever been to those bouldering gyms, like the rock climbing gyms?
yeah,
I love
sure.
going there, man. I love going to music festivals. Big movie buff. Love watching movies. Um, and just chilling with my friends and just doing goofy shit, man. A lot of a lot of my comedy and the way that I see like joke telling. I feel like a lot of comedians, man, when they try to write a joke, they try to write a joke that a certain specific audience in a certain area or whatever would like to please them and to appease them and whatever. And it's like you're just giving them junk and garbage and shit that they always like see and hear on their social media nowadays, which is nothing new and nothing cool. When I do jokes, when I write jokes, and when I perform jokes and everything, I don't write a single joke for anyone. I write jokes that literally make my ass laugh. Like literally,
Okay, gotcha.
people think I'm like crazy because I like sometimes have thoughts that are so loud that I can't keep in my head. I like kind of like talk them out loud. People think I'm talking to myself. I'm just speaking out loud, hearing what I say. And sometimes I like say all these jokes or do like these goofy voices in public, and like it's fucking hilarious, bro. And people are like, it looks a little weird and a little if you don't know me well, but if you understand what I'm doing, I just write jokes that like literally make me laugh. Like what do you think is funny? What are like the faces you make when you're home alone and just staring into a mirror, doing and just dancing around, goofing around, acting like no one's watching you, and you have
I
no
love that.
no feeling of
It's
shame or
beautiful.
embarrassment, and like you feel invincible, and you can just do whatever the fuck you want and have fucking fun, and just not feel like pressured to like not feel like you need to like sell this to please them to keep being popular. Nah, man. I just want to do my art, like my craft, make it, and I think it's funny. And I don't go on stage intentionally to make people laugh. I go on stage because if I couldn't do that, I would lose my fucking mind, and I don't know if I would. I mean, that keeps my heart beating doing stand up comedy for sure. But I do it because it makes me feel good, but I love making people laugh. Yeah. But I just like doing my art. And even if I bomb, knowing that I didn't change my set or a way to please the audience to like make them happy, still doing what I want to do, which might not be the smartest thing if you're trying to like. I get that, but if you as an artist feel like you have this vision and true, and you do it, just go full throttle. No one, no, like back in the day before all this technology and all this easy transportation to like go see like famous paintings or famous statues, you had to get on a fucking wooden ship and sail 3 to 6 months across the fucking ocean to go to an art museum to see this famous painting or statue. Now you can just see everything online and everything, and then when people see them in public, they're unappreciative or not that much, or be like, "What else can you give us like right away?" Because of just how all like this social media shit's like here now gone. Something new is popular, only 30 seconds. It's not. It's just like I don't know. My art comes from just experiencing life. Like I was talking about, me and my mom like people watch when we used to go like sit out at cafes for breakfast and like create stories and goofy voices for weird people we would see walking by, and create a character and story for them. I literally sometimes I just sit at the beach, walk around downtown, or just like hang out on my own, just go in public somewhere in a very public place and just look and observe like the madness there, and just kind of like take that and be like, I know I like people may think this is like, you see the madness outside, or everything's like crazy, there's traffic, people are yelling, or it's busy, it's too crowded. It's like that may like make anyone feel like annoyed or whatever, but then I like to learn all that, what makes me feel annoyed, learn how to like do it, and I'm gonna go out there and just annoy the fuck out of everyone else, but like I don't know. I like big thing. I love doing self-deprecation, man. I like, I have no problem when I love it when other comedians go on stage after I go up and like kind of like I don't know if they're like mean or whatever, just goofing around, but shoot shots at me, man. I don't give a fuck because it's kind of funny. A lot of people I've seen that like try to like crack jokes at me, they'll get the whole room dying laughing, but when they go into their written sets, it's fucking quiet, and I like to stand
Mm.
up and yell out, "Go back to talking about me." I'm why you're funny. It's kind of fun, but it's pretty sweet. Um,
Would you agree that Chicago is one of the most beautiful cities on this planet, and also it's a really great, brilliant city for comedians? For
it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, the normal people, like non-comedians in Chicago, are funnier than your mid-level comedians from any other city, state, country, Providence, other planet or universe. Like our normal people are just naturally more funny than anyone's funniest person, their funniest champion, their favorite comedian from any other part of the world. You know, and so when you can like come up and blow up here in Chicago, um, not like just because it's just like the crowd is like you really have to make them fucking laugh
Yeah,
hard, you know.
the
You
crowd
know,
is very
they'll be
it's
honest with
very
their
the bar
reactions.
is raised very high, right, in
Yeah.
Chicago, and
And it's
also
just, but there's
Chicago
like so
is a
many,
home
there's like
for
so
improv,
many
right?
shows and to get on so many like stand-up bars and just so many different like things for comedians to like go out and perform and try to do competitions to compete in. So it's just like you have such like the original people from here being so funny. So the crowd is really hard to get really going all hard here. And just like there's so many places, you got so much different competition from going up, and there's like 20 to like eight, like 10 to 20 like open mics in the city going on like every night. You know, there's like at least one competition. You know, like Laugh Factory, Zanies is either doing a show or having mics or doing like a show put on by someone who runs a mic from somewhere, you know, or whatever. But it's just so much, and just like the people love to laugh, but you really got to make them fucking laugh. They'll come out and they love coming to the shows, but if you don't make them laugh, they'll let you know it. And so between the crowd and just the amount of competition, man, it's probably one of the hardest places to like break out as a comedian, man. You know, Chicago is like the central hub of the fucking United States, honestly, because throughout the many years of when our country was growing and everything, people from all like parts of the country and different races and religions have like some point have migrated north to Chicago because it was one of the biggest cities at the time, large job opportunities. So people from all over were coming there, and we have so much different backgrounds, so much different people you can meet, and so you can learn about different. You can see, gain different observations of the world by knowing different kinds of people. You know, have different perspectives. You know, understand different cultures, and like I love it here because you can like you can meet people from that have family from all over the world here. You know, like I swear to God, I think someone from every single country in Chicago is in Chicago. You know, we got one from everywhere here. You know, at least. So you get to which I absolutely love is I love learning about what makes other cultures laugh, and because it's so funny, because a lot of the times no matter where you go, it's mostly like the same fucking shit no matter how different you like word it or whatever, or how like the accent or language sounds from each other. That's like comedy is a worldwide language, man. But yeah,
Yeah, I
like we
totally
have
agree
all
with that.
that here, man.
That's
So
a
yeah,
beautiful sentence what you just
exactly,
said.
man. You got a little bit from everyone, an influence of a lot of cultures and whatever from here. And Chicago's so supportive such a artistic place. If you want to do any kind of art in like singing, dancing, comedy, painting, sculpting, here there's so many different They love that here in this city. There's so many different opportunities for any kind of art here, and so it's just you have a lot of people that like to come and watch other our artists perform, which is really nice. We get crowds out here, which is awesome. Uh, which is great. And the competition, the tough crowd is awesome, and just like the mixture of everyone from all over the world, you got a little bit of everything, so everyone has a different perspective of everything. So I like to meet everyone. So I honestly, my opinion on life, fuck it, I'm here to have a good time and love who wants to love back, and have fun and follow my dreams and do what I want to do. I don't care about whatever debate or with anything you would see on the news at all. I don't watch the news.
I
I don't
love
give a
that.
fuck. It's
I don't
boring.
watch news as well.
It's
I love
boring.
that.
They don't. There's. I like Spike TV. The news doesn't show boobs and explosions and car crashes and fights like Spike TV, man. Boobs, fights, car explosions. Spike TV. That was the dudes. I remember the show A Thousand Ways to Die. That was a good show to watch as a little
Yeah,
kid.
that was a great show. I love that. So, which place in Chicago, which comedy club is your favorite? Which one is the wildest?
Um,
If it's a correct question, we can rephrase
for
it.
like the clubs, I would say like they're awesome and amazing, and like I would always like go with like Laugh Factory, Zanies, The Den, Lincoln Lodge, are like my favorite like bigger theaters. And I like getting chances to go up there or whenever they have mics to try to get up in the bucket drawing up there if they do mics on like the big main club stages. But man, I love my fucking like mics, but in Chicago, you can go into like a shithole rundown bar with like nothing, but you go inside and when they have like the comedy open mic, they like it looks like they spent like $1 million on the production of their fucking open mic show. Like people go crazy in their hosting styles of mics. Like my buddies, Ty Blazing and Carolyn Dickey, great hosts that run there. Mickey's Park, R.I.P. It's no longer there. The place closed. But my buddy Milo Mack and Owen, God, fuck, I forgot his last name. But Milo and Owen that did Mickey's Park. That was great. I love the store on Saturday. That's great. Uh, fucking awesome. I love fucking Harrigan's. That's fun. O'Donnell's, the Glenwood up north. I love going there. Absolutely love there. They have so much space where I can like do like cartwheels or somersaults or rolls there. The Annoyance Theater, love Annoyance Theater, man. That's a good one. I like it because it's a big stage, but they don't have like it's a theater, but when it doesn't feel like a theater, it just feels like you're at a comedy bar, just like a little shit old dive bar, but in a big theater, and just like you run out on stage, and it's awesome, man. Dude,
There's so many
uh,
places to choose
fucking
from,
the
right? There's
Easy
so
Bar,
many.
the Easy Inn Lounge, fucking Output, love Output, Rodescu and Eddie Ed, man, those guys awesome. And I want to say shout out to Rodescu in your marriage and your new baby. That's awesome. But yeah, those guys are great hosts, and they kind of run it like a Kill Tony style almost, and they really have like almost no limits onto what like you can say because they like this comedy open mic starts at 10:30 at night, and we highly address everyone that comes in. It's like these are just comedians telling jokes for comedians, and if you're not a comedian, I hope you're not offended by much because we let them just say whatever the fuck we want here, almost pretty much, which is awesome. And they have the soundboards where they'll hype you up if you have a killer one, or like fucking make a goofy ass sound if you fuck up, or and they highly allow, like they love the fucking the heckling there. And it's like awesome because it's other comedians, so it's not like some drunken asshole or someone who doesn't understand doing comedy being a dick and heckling you.
Mhm.
It's just another they might not like your joke and may think your joke is dog shit, but it's just as one comedian to another, it's just like it's
I
respect.
can
It's
imagine
respect.
that.
When it's honestly, I see it as a respect between one comedian. If you're not a comedian and you like are heckling me, I'm gonna go at you, and like I'll go at you and play back and forth if you're a comedian. But like if you're not a comedian, you're just some like asshole talking shit. I'll go at you, and like I'll ruin you. And when people like the show is over, I will go and follow you through the crowd and just keep roasting you and just follow you home and take a picture of your license plate. And anytime I see you in traffic, I'm gonna pull up right next to you and give you the fucking bird honk and probably throw fucking water balloons full of my piss at you. I don't know. I'm gonna do whatever I can to win. I'm a winner. That's what
Yeah,
my sensei always said. Strike hard, strike fast, no mercy. Yes, Sensei Lawrence.
I love that.
You know.
This is a good for an intro for this podcast.
Say.
Yeah, love that. I love the mindset and I love the vibe. So, what is the wildest thing that you done on the stage, or you would love to do it in the future? We had this
So
guy.
okay, all right. I've had this plan. So I used to be 285 pounds. was like really big and husky, and I had like these husky sized jeans dropped down to 175, and I had this plan because I kept those husky jeans where I was gonna put a belt on
So
and
you lost
tighten
over
it.
100 pounds, right? That's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, I
And
lost 80 pounds
I was gonna go
in
to a
life.
I was gonna go to an open mic and have those pants tightened extra tight, you know, and then I was gonna act like the whole time. I was gonna go someplace I never really go to and then act like it was my first time and I was like super nervous and afraid to go up. And my plan is I was gonna go on stage, and as I like walk on stage, trip and fall and like land on my stomach, but I was gonna land on like my hands so they can grab my belt loop and undo my belt to like where my pants would fall down the second I stand up and wear like ridiculous underwear, and then just freeze and pause and just like not say anything, just look weird, and then try to run off stage with my pants on my ankles and trip and fall, and then just leave on that. I want to do that so bad. I've had that plan in my head forever, but it's just like I don't know if people would think it's funny or think it's funny and get me arrested or get me arrested with not thinking, I don't want to get arrested. That's the thing. I don't want to go to jail. I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6 foot and like just I'm a wide body and I got tattoos all over and they mean nothing bad. They're just goofy fucking metaphors that I came up with in the moment that mean something to me and that mean complete dog shit to everyone else. And so I just am I like visually I get as from another alpha male's perspective, I'm a challenge, like direct go right away towards me. And it's like, dog, you know, I'm just try to go. If I go to jail, I'm gonna try to do it the whole time without anyone seeing me poop when they're in that like incel with me. Try to hold it in there. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to poop in jail. There's a lot of people watching you poop. Honestly, I can only poop at home. Home bowl is best bowl. Like, bro, in high
Home ball
school
is
with them
best
like
ball.
cracks in the doors, bro, that's awful, man. I would hold my poop all the way through high school every day. Shit at home, blow it up, always clog the toilet, and my sister would get pissed off at me, but that's cool.
I gotcha. Do you try to do some improv from time? Chicago is world famous
Yeah,
for,
I,
for,
I
for
like doing
improv, right?
improv on stage, and so a lot of my jokes when I write them, I have like my or kind of like almost like bullet points. So I have my starting point, how I intro it, um, and then just like the middle, like the explanation, and then or like the build up, and then the punchline. But then there's spaces in between and after where I can like look at like the audience and see how they're feeling and reacting, and I like to play around with it and add new things onto it there. So there's a lot of jokes that I do a lot and frequently, and even if you've seen it a bunch, see me almost every single time. You like even if it's like it sounds like it's down pat, it's not always the exact same every single time. But like the main the setup, like the build and the punchline are always like the same, but like the in between where the details and little shit can always like change up and play with based upon your crowd's interaction. And so just I was like, I was always a lippy and mouthing off to everyone that always said anything to me as a little kid, and then adding years of improvisational skills on top of that, man. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty good thinking on my feet. I'm not a good thinker, but I can think fast. It's not good thinking. It's fast thinking. It's like the McDonald's of thoughts. It's fast and it's right away, and it'll like make you not feel full and make you feel like sick, but like you're still similar, like full, not sick, but shit. I like McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. I'm loving it. Probably gonna get sued for that one. Fuck,
You mentioned that you love Taco Bell. Remember those
dude.
hardcore Family Guy uh, jokes referring to Taco Bell?
Yes, yes.
That Meg is an alcoholic for if she's eating Taco Bell, she's an alcoholic for sure.
Hell yeah. I remember at Second City at the Up Theater, as I was probably 14 years old. I had this. I was doing a show, stand up, and I originally believed I was going to be like the fourth or fifth person, but I ran by like the week before I ran by some of my new material with the guy that was running the show, And when I got to the show, when we were all backstage, he said, well, I have a schedule switched up. And I look at it, and he put me as the closer for like 12 people. And I was also 14 years old. Everyone else was like in their late 20s and 30s, which was hilarious to me. And it was just awesome because, like, to me, I felt so fucking cool being 15 years old and on stage with like these adults, and just seeing that I got put to the fucking closer when I just thought I was gonna be like no bun, let's get this fucking kid out of the way type situation, to do that. And like for everyone that was on the lineup was very like supportive and was like, hell yeah, you earned that shit. Like no like hard feelings about it, man. It was awesome. And it was really, really fucking cool. One of the ladies that was before me, she had a flask and she was like, here you go. And I was like, I like taking shots of her flask of tequila and looking at her, and I like looking at her and taking her shots of tequila and going, I like how you know that I'm 14 years old and you're continuously getting me drunk. Isn't this cool? It's awesome. It was sweet. I feel like she wanted me.
Yeah, I love that. You mentioned also that you're open to talk about psychedelic experiences. We have this dude in Poland. His name is Popek. He's a very famous musician. He put under his like a lid of his eye almost deadly amount of LSD when he was 16, and it put
I've
him into
I've
the
done the
coma
drive.
for 6 months.
I
He
did I did a little
that
drop
that
once.
that dude Popek was the first guy on this planet who was brave enough to tattoo his eyes, his eyeballs.
Fuck.
He's a crazy, really crazy.
Jesus Christ.
And he lost 30% of his vision. He spent like $5 million on cocaine in his life, and just recently, he got a woman and kids and trying to get sober. Such a crazy, amazing dude.
For the
And
effort, man. Fuck yeah, good for him.
uh, w- w- how about your experiences with psychedelics? With you mentioned
And,
that you
I could go on and ramble about like whatever, but you want to hear a pretty like 100% true story.
for
Um,
sure, yeah,
you ever done DMT?
yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I done DMT,
Okay.
5-MeO DMT, and this September I'm going for ibogaine for iboga. We can talk about that later.
Jesus.
That's a powerful
So
shit.
I want to tell you the story of the first time I ever did DMT. So,
Thank you so much.
hell
I'm
yeah.
honored.
Hell yeah. I was about 19 years old, and for a few years now, I've been doing like acid here and there and really loved it and been doing it a lot lately and really into it. And so, anyways, I was at this concert that my buddy was one of the DJs at, and I was just hanging out, and he introduced me to some guys, and we were talking, and we are just talking about acid and all the shit we've seen and everything. And he was like, bro, you're on my vibe, you're on my vision, you need to come on a quest with me. You ever done DMT? And I was like, no, but I've always wanted to. And he goes, tomorrow, meet us at Grant Park exactly at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was
That's a
like,
good time for DMT.
okay, all right, awesome. So I go in the middle of the downtown Chicago, go all the way through Grant Park, right in the middle of the park where usually like Lollapalooza is, but it's like dead empty in the middle of the field. It's him and the four other buddies there. And as I'm walking up to them, I'm getting a little nervous, I was like, oh man, I've never done this before, but like I've done other psychedelics and I love doing them. What if this is different? So I was like, fuck it. I pull out two gel tablets from my pocket, both 300 UGs, and pop them on my tongue. And I was like, okay, this should kind of help and get me psyched up for this, get me in the vibe. So it's like I have psychedelics in my blood, so this new one coming in won't like feel strange to my body. It'll just be more of it. But I
Mm-hmm.
was wrong. I was so wrong. So anyway, so they when we were doing it, yeah, they had a full on like dab rig, and they had like the powdery or the powdery like
Did you
form
guys
or
use
like
the cartridge or the
no
old
no
the analog method when you smoke it?
no like a rig like hitting like wax out of.
I'm not sure about. There's so many methods of doing it.
But you ever seen like a dab rig? How you put like the wax in there, and
I
then
don't. I think I didn't see this one. Oh, that's
it's like
interesting.
it's like a bong, but it's like for like oil or like oil and wax.
Okay, got you.
Anyway, it's like a dab bong like for wax, but you can put like the DMT in there because it's just like this just glass container that you heat up with the fucking torch and
But
then you
in
just
general, it's very effective, right? It's a very good method,
oh
right?
dude, it's insane. So, anyways, so we're lighting up the torch, and like I can feel like the shit kicking in. I'm feeling good, and so I'm feeling good, and everything's good. We're outside, nice day, and so they're like, "You go first, man. Hell yeah!" And then so okay, just give me like a first timers amount, you know. This is my first time doing it. They're like, "Yeah, we got you, man." And they're like, and they all started chuckling, and I was like, okay, alrighty. And I see the guy scoops it out on the little scooper, and it's like this fat ass glob, and I go, is that like a normal like first timers like amount, you know? And then everyone's just like the three dudes in the back, his buddies, were just like trying to like hide their smile, and you can hear them chuckling. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to be a bitch, and I did come here to do this. So he put it in the rig,
What was
and
the
I just
dosage?
kept.
Do you remember the dosage?
I don't fucking remember
But it was a
anything.
huge dose, right?
I'll. I don't remember much. This is all I remember. Hit it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I'm inhaling from this thing for about like 10 seconds. Hold my breath in for 5, release the smoke,
And
and
going to
there I am.
hyperspace, right?
And there I am on a purple planet staring at these turquoise alien beings. And they look at me and they go, Ethan, you have come. You are our chosen one to save us from this evil dragon that's taking over our world and eating us and destroying everything. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? I was at the park, and they're like, we teleported you here to this world. All right. Those people that you did the DMT with, we sent them there to make you do it so you can get here to us, to
Wow,
save us.
I
And
love it.
so I'm just on this journey for days, trying to hunt down this dragon, taking out his lackeys, going up the ladder, taking them out, fucking any way means
Did it
necessary, you
really
know.
feel like
And
there were days? Like it wasn't 10
dude,
minutes?
I felt I felt like I was there for like a week. You know, I was like there for days looking for him, and I was found this massive dragon, was battling him, and then I'm getting weak. And I'm fighting him, and then I gain some energy back. He takes some bad footing, and I take my advantage, and I cut off his head. And then I wake up in my tattoo studio, feeling the needle on my chest. I wake up and I see my artist, Chip
Holy
Douglas over at
shit.
Great Lakes Tattoos,
Wow.
man. And I'm like, and I don't freak out because I think to myself, if I freak out and move, if the tattoo is good, it's gonna look fucked up. So let's just wait and see if it's an actual good tattoo and not fuck it up. You know, if it's
Hmm.
fuck up, we'll fix it. But if it's not, we'll get it fixed. Fucking woke up and this was the dragon that I fucking slayed. And I was like,
Wow.
shit,
I
how
love
how
it.
how did I look? How did I fucking look coming into here? And he's like, dude, you kind of always look like you're always off the sauce and having fun, but you're always a nice guy and respectful and you pay and you always leave a nice tip and you're good conversation. And he also always says, I've never seen a human being take a nap during a tattoo before, but you always fall asleep for like 30 or 40 minutes, just like snoring and drooling. And I'm like, dude, I like, bro, I, dude, you can do it. I like, honestly, it just, I just enjoy the feeling at this point. It's like, I'll take a nap. This feels good.
Oh,
So
gee,
yeah, and
that's a
then he was like, yo,
freaking
I put you on
brilliant,
sauce, but this time you looked a little more.
sleeping
And he
during the
and you
tattooing.
just told me, and he was like, you just kept like describing this dragon, and like, but more. He was like, you were morely describing its aura and its like fighting style, and I didn't understand that at all. And then you described how it looked, and then it kind of made a little more sense for how I was gonna make your tattoo look. But I knew you were on a journey. You usually are, but this time you look like you were really on a journey. And the
Shit.
craziest thing about this, from it was about an hour and a half, or an hour when I or like hour, not like hour and a half, from when I hit the DMT at Grant Park. If you've been there and know where it is, it's
Yeah, for sure.
downtown, all up on the water. Yeah, right, motherfucking there. My tattoo shop, Great Lakes Tattoos, is on Grand and Ogden, and he was like, "Yeah, you were really sweaty and panting." And I understood. I did not like get a cab, take a train. I like was in this fucking vision on another planet, but physically sprinting to this tattoo shop to get the fucking dragon tatted on my chest. Bro, like fucking 250 pounds, 6 feet tall, coming down the street, eyes bugging, just sweating. Fucking a dragon!
Man, this is one of the funniest story I ever heard in my life. You see, I'm
It's
literally
it's a
crying.
completely true story.
Thank you. I absolutely believe. See, I'm crying. I cried myself. Oh my gosh. Do you think that LSD had something in common? Like, if you just smoke DMT, probably you just come back in 10, 15 minutes, or maybe
I think it was
the
because I did.
my other theory is that you smoke that large amount of DMT that
It
it
was, dude.
actually.
They gave me. It was like powdery, gloppy or whatever, but it was like a fat ass like fucking like chunk or glob, whatever he had on the scoop,
Jesus,
and he
because
put it in
usually you
there.
smoke,
And
it's
like,
just
bro,
like a
when
very
he
little
when I
bit.
asked him for like a first timer's hit, like just like I don't want too much, but I don't want like a pussy hit where I don't feel anything. I want to feel it, but I don't want to go overboard right away. And then like by the way his buddies were chuckling. Yeah, I could tell that it was like joking around, but I was like, oh, it's definitely a big hit, but it's probably not that big of it. It's probably just a little bit bigger than I asked for. But then I saw the look on his one friend's eyes, like that, and it almost looked like he was about to reach out for my chest. And I don't know, I kind of dabbed him up for a high five, and then I ripped it, and then I was gone. You know?
But honest question for you: do you regret it or no?
No, no.
Do you regret anything in your life?
I mean, I've made mistakes and everything, and I feel like anyone and everyone has made mistakes and shit they wish they could take back.
I don't
But
use that. I don't use that word anymore. Mistake is
nah,
it's a
I believe everything
cultural
happens.
construct.
Either you make it happen for a reason, or it happened because you needed the reason or need a reason. Um, like how I mean, like sometimes like a traumatic experience happens to someone, they may like they don't not like saying they need that, but I mean like a lot of times that shit shocks people into like making them reach their full fucking potential and being like fuck you, I've overcome this type shit.
Uh, Eden,
But like yeah, but like
can we take a
for
minute
regret.
break? I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, me too. I'll pick it up on regret when you yeah go back.
Okay, thank you. I love the conversation. Thank you so much.
You are a great conversationalist.
Still recording, so
Yes, sir.
you can say something on your own if you want. Sometimes when we do the break, our
Okay.
guests say something really funny shit.
Alrighty.
I can still hear you because I got my headsets on.
Perfect. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I have a special flavor of the tism. I don't call it autism. I call my tism dogtism. 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 All right? I I don't have human being personality traits, okay? I got dog-like personality traits. I like to wipe my ass on the rug after I poop, stick my head out of the car window, even if I'm driving. I don't give a fuck. I like to chew on my vape like it's the bone, growl at people when they get too close to my food, bark at people of color on accident, sorry. My last name's Fyfe, like Fyfe Dog the Rapper. My tongue can touch my nose. Ladies watching, I'm single. You know? Hell yeah. Lately, people have been asking me, hey, Ethan, you got that dog in you? You got that dog in you? Do ya? Do I got the dog in me? Do I got that dog in me? And I'm about to put that red rocket in Roo. Dog. That's what's up. Man, you guys like fun facts? I love fun facts. Here's a fun fact I learned the hard way. Did you know that antidepressants don't actually make you not want to kill yourself? They just make you not want to kill yourself a little less. Here's another cool fun fact for you. Did you know when a lawnmower goes over a rock, it can launch and project that rock at the same speed and trajectory as a bullet getting shot out of a Desert Eagle handgun? And that's pretty cool and everything, you know. That's awesome. But it doesn't really help me, man, because I can't fit a fucking lawnmower in my mouth. No, people been always like misjudging me and trying to judge me by my cover. You know, they're like, Ethan, you're suicidal. Don't kill yourself, man. I'm not suicidal. I'm just really horny. Stop taking that noose off my neck, man. I want to come, you know, dude. Hell yeah. Let me get a load out here. Let me get a load off out here. Eh?
I gotta admit that, like as I said about Polish stand-up, is a global phenomena, but there is not even close a guy with that amount of energy and craziness in Poland. Like I knew a lot of them. I know a lot of them. But man, I'll be completely honest with you. You are our first comedian guest here from Chicago, and the team I built to create this podcast, Beyond the Courage. Those people are in 17. They are geniuses, and they choose you. And now I know why. Holy shit! You are freaking brilliant, man. And the story with the DMT and the dragon,
Yeah, dude.
man. The whole universe gotta hear that story because
Dude,
it's,
I've
if
actually
you
never told that as a
waking
stand-up
up in
joke
the
before.
tattoo studio and sleep.
Bro, I've never told that as a stand-up bit before, but all like my buddies say I should tell it
You
as a
gotta do
stand-up
this.
bit because all
It
my friends
should be
make me tell
open.
it
You
to them
should
all the
be
time, you
opening,
know?
Ethan. It should be open and big. People
Dude,
gonna love it.
for my openers, I like to keep my openers as like a short thing, but like in a way that introduces your type of comedy in a very extreme way, like a little bit like here,
But I'm pretty sure
hey, here, I'll do
if
one
you
of my
record it
newer.
and put it on YouTube, millions of people's gonna see it because this is a really
Thank you, man. I
hardcorely,
appreciate you.
hardcorely. I was about to ask you that question because we named this podcast Beyond the Courage, but I already know the answer. You know, how do you understand courage? It's just going all the way, right?
Yeah, never
You
giving up.
said full throttle. I love that phrase, full throttle.
Full fucking throttle is how I live my life every day.
So, how do you see the future of comedy? Like, honestly, from the deepest core of your heart, what do you think is going to happen? Because now, see, the funny thing is, we become very comfortable. Maybe the audience don't know, but right now we are in the same city and we are not sitting here in the studio. You're on the north side, I'm on the south
Yeah.
side. We are probably like 50, 60 miles away.
I'm up in Edgewater right now. Yeah, I'm up there.
Yeah, I'm here in Chicago Reach, but see, isn't it crazy that we are not sitting in the studio, we do it online? So what's gonna happen next? Where the universe is going? And
Where's the universe going, man? Um, I've been trying to get some other like comedian friends that want to start writing like a TV show kind of in the same comedy style of like Workaholics or Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like I want to get like a crew of, like my boys and come up with characters and our own crazy stories and stuff like that and start like putting them on YouTube and trying to get it seen by more people, but also I want to start traveling to more cities to do stand up. You know, I've done a mic in Boston once. I've done a mic in LA once. Done a mic in Miami. Um, but you know, nothing like too crazy. But I would love to just travel and just get put in front of more people and like, yeah, like I like fucking would love to be famous and be hanging out with all the cool superstars and all that cool shit. But really, I just want more people to hear my jokes and just make more fucking people laugh and meet more fucking other funny comedians. And I want to meet Dave Chappelle so bad. I want to open for Dave Chappelle. I want to open for Dave Chappelle so bad.
yeah, but this is like a. I'm going to turn on the second camera. This is like your dream, but I'm. Hold on, I gotta. Oh shoot! I gotta. Let me just mute it.
Okay. I'll be right. BRB. Excuse me. I have to go to the little boys' room and take a tinkle.
Mute my speaker. Uh, our guest today is future brilliant superstar of global comedy. I think it's the first time ever I got alone with no guest. uh, Guys, from the deepest core of my heart, this is. I would love to ask you. We never ask our viewers to subscribe or like, but if you be so kind and send us a message or leave a comment, who would you love to see as our next guest? We are very, very open. We are superbly open-minded. We got a really amazing guests from all over the world. A lot of guests from Australia, a lot of guests from States, a lot of guests referring to psychedelics world, the universe, improving quality of life, making life better, funnier. We are gods, and we are here to enjoy this planet and this reality. And why not? And our guest today is a living proof of how beautiful and crazy life is. This is beyond the scale. Our guest today is really beyond. He is already beyond of the beyond. And I love it. Thank you so much, universe, for such a beautiful gift. I will drink to that. Maybe Ethan went to slay another dragon. I was just thanking to the universe for such a beautiful gift, which is you.
Thank you, universe.
Imagine that we have this guy in Poland. He's the prince of darkness of Polish comedy, the Schwarz character. His name is Jack Stramik. He's living in Berlin right now, and we are becoming, I hope so, close friends.
Oh yeah.
And we started a podcast. He closed his eyes and he shared his DMT story. And I'm not sure that if you love history, but this is a very strong message right now.
Love history.
We in Poland had a concentration camps. Poland was hit by Germany as a first country. For 123 years, Poland didn't exist on the map. And Nazis organized in Poland, like in Auschwitz, Birkenau, Oświęcim, concentration camps. And because of his ancestors, when he smoked DMT, he woke up in the gas chamber, and the Cyclone B was the gas which was used to kill people. Nazis used to kill people, and the Cyclone B leaves like a bluish mark on the wall, and he noticed by that bluish color on the wall that he is in the gas chamber. Can you freaking believe that? And he didn't freak out. He told me, you know what? I actually love that experience. I would do it again. So you said your mom was Irish and your dad was?
My dad's Italian.
Oh, that's a very interesting combination.
My dad is.
That's why you got so much like Italian people.
My
they got
dad
so
is
much
Italian as they can get. Yep, he's from New Jersey, most Italian place in the world. That's for sure. New Jersey.
Okay, Ethan, I have this question for you, which could be a big challenge. It's a repeatable question. It's the only repeatable question on this podcast, which always is different because you ask this question yourself. That looked like Jim Carrey, like very Jim Carrey-ish.
Hey kids, want a papaya? What's this question? Sorry about that.
The question is, what would be the ultimate question you would like to ask yourself through us? What is the questions that you've been waiting for your whole life, which could show the deepest core of potential of your heart? And usually this question is it's a pretty big challenge, and usually people need a lot of time to think about it.
You know what?
Take your time.
Yeah,
we have as gods we have infinity, so no need to rush.
I feel like I have one question I've been waiting, just to ask, the world, what's your social security number, your mother's maiden name, and your favorite pet? Name. What elementary school did you go to? What color is my underwear? You know.
But you know, this is probably the funniest
No.
answer to that question ever. What's your mother's?
Uh. But yeah,
You really nail it. You know, you really nailed this one.
nail it in there, just
if
like
but how about
Jesus.
if we get just like a little bit philosophical? What would be that question?
Philosophical. On when it comes to philosophy, when my philosophies
Do
on
you like
stuff,
philosophy? Do you, because you said
I
you love
love
history?
philosophy, and even though I am a pretty goofy dude, in my mind, I do break down a lot of things in deeper meaning. And that's why I feel like it's okay to make fun of everything, because at the end of the day, I'm not being a dick. I truly understand and have love for everything, but I'm gonna be a dick about it, you know. But anyways, um, I'm not someone when it comes to philosophies is someone with questions for them, you know. I have more like insights
Okay, so what's your
on
favorite
stuff, you
insight?
know.
What's your favorite insight referring to philosophy?
Okay. Um
Because you ask for it. So
Here. And just like how you're someone out here doing trying to do your thing and make your art and make your thing just like me and anyone else that's doing what we're doing or anything in their own way, how we're, any kind of art or trying to just make build their own dream and do whatever the fuck they want in life like us. All those people in life have have been told by people that they can't do it, and they know, if they're a smart person, they know to tell that person to go fuck themselves, because that's correct. Don't let no one ever tell you what you can or can't do. But then there's those snakes, those people that like to pose as your friend, or someone that acts like they have your best interest, to try to throw you off, and they're going to tell you the sky is the limit. How can the sky be the limit? It is only just a view. How can the sky be the limit when there are footprints on the moon? If you want to fucking do something, fucking do it.
I love it.
Do it,
That's so beautiful.
But yeah,
I love it.
man. And it's like that's a lot easier said than done, but you know, I feel like the harder it is to get something, or the more challenges present itself in getting your way from getting, or trying to stop you from doing something that you want to do, that's how you know that's what you're meant to do, that's your purpose. Because if you like to goof around or like waste your life and fuck around and do nothing, or like do what other people tell you to do, it's going to be easy. There's going to be no challenge. You're going to be just coasting, you know coasting in comfort, and it's going to be dull and boring and dry. It's going to be like going on the fucking merry-go-round, just going in a boring circle. I like to just be on the roller coaster, like the one that like fucking turned upside down, and while it was doing a loop-de-doop, some of the seatbelts fall off and some of the people fall off, and it's off the track. Now it's in the park, going through the parking lot looking for a car to hump. I don't even know, just out there doing whatever it wants to do, you know and yeah, man, you just got to do whatever you want to do in life. And when things get harder for you, and if shit's trying to stop you from doing something that you want to do, don't ever give up. That should be like, that's why it's hard. That's why the devil goes after the easies. It makes it easy because it's comfortable.
That's a very
And
deep.
comfort is the number one threat to success. If you are comfortable, you, not in the sense of like wanting more in materialism, but wanting more in just to like make a story for yourself, to tell yourself I could do that, to show the world new things, to show yourself new things, to learn something, to perform something that no one's ever seen before. Someone give any people an experience of a lifetime. Something that brings people of all backgrounds together, and enjoying something and rejoicing in something, or just so that creates something. Build something, anything, medicine, buildings, fucking a new vegetable, fucking a device that lets me talk to my dogs, because the only people I ever want to talk to, the only people I want to talk to are my dogs. Anyways, but yeah,
It's
comfort
funny
is
that you
the
called your
greatest
dogs
threat to
your
success.
people.
Man, they're the Man, fuck the sky. The sky is never the limit. Don't let anyone ever tell you what your
I
limits are.
completely
There's
I
footprints
completely
on the
agree with
moon.
that. The sky is just a view.
There are literally footprints on the fucking moon. How are you gonna tell me the sky is the fucking limit? You know? Fuck. You know? Hey, here's another philosophy for you. To be a star, you must burn. Have you ever seen a star that's ice cold, no fire, that is not on fire, not burning?
Well,
You think
the
being
star
great's easy?
purpose is to burn. The star is burning, then they explode as a supernova
Yeah, but,
and
but that's
create
that's
another
that's the big
universe.
finale. They lived out and was the best version of them. Here's another philosophy I want to give you. I actually feel like I came up with this one. Um, so there's this old guy. He plants a seed, an apple tree seed, but it's a magic apple tree seed. Okay, and he plants this in this place and lets it grow for 2 years. And he comes back, and the magic tree has a talking face, and he has all these. And this tree is grown like 10 feet tall, big and strong, and has all these delicious apples. And the man that planted it comes comes for the apples, and when he gets there, the tree's talking to them. They're talking, and the guy is like, you know what? I want peaches. How come you aren't giving me peaches? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you giving me peaches? You need to give me peaches right now. I'm so pissed off for you. I waited 2 years for you to give me for 2 years to come here and not get what I want. But here's the thing: the guy didn't plant a peach tree. He planted an apple tree. So the tree spoke to him and he said, "I may not be what you want or what you desire." I fucked that whole story up. I'm sorry. The old man plants
No, just
essentially he
keep going.
plant.
That's fine. That's
Sorry. But yeah, the apple tree is like the guy's like, I want you to change. Essentially, I want you to change into something you're not. I want you to become a peach tree. But the apple tree is, I'm an apple tree. I can never be that. And the man was so unappreciative and hateful towards the apple tree, and he was so pissed off he couldn't get those peaches. But these apples were the best apples ever. And so the tree looked at him and goes, I may not be able to change who I am, to change to be a different person, but I can grow to be the best apple tree I could possibly become. I can't. That's I hate
I
essentially I was
love it.
just gonna
It's
go
a
like,
beautiful, very wise story. I love that.
yeah, like don't like I fucked it up. I was like stumbling and lost my
No,
way,
no,
but
no.
essentially
You
is
did not.
um
I get the
it's
idea.
like change. Don't like people are like, you need to change to be a better person. You need to change who you are, and that's no bueno, because then you got people who don't even know who they are anymore, and they're trying to find themselves and live live paths and dreams that are of someone else's desire. And when they work really hard and get them, and even if they do get them, they don't feel happy and they feel lost because they're not being themselves. So don't change to go where you want to, or to get success. That will never get to you. That'll just get you a fucking little false senses of happiness. Don't change, but grow. Grow into the best version of the version that you were meant to become. It's like a Pokemon. He may be like not that powerful and weak as fuck, but he's cute and cuddly when he's little. But give him time. He doesn't, I mean, physically, he looks a little different, but he didn't change. He's still technically that exact same Pokemon, and just grower. And they give him a different name, which is ridiculous. They should just keep all the Pokemon's names the same name because it's the same one.
I gotta admit
Teenage Charizard,
that I'm
Adult
like very
Charizard, Divorced
positively.
Dad Charizard.
I gotta admit that I am superbly positively surprised that there are oceans of wisdom within you.
Hell yeah, man.
Uh,
If you, I have like, it's a true story and a joke that I do on stage. That's it's about perspective, and just like, no matter how bad things get, if you let them get to you, they will get you down. But if you fucking overcome them and feel stronger than them, and power through them, and let nothing break you down, you will overcome anything. Is that cool? It's like,
I love it. I love that mindset. And the question which pop up to my mind:
shit, ask me. I'm
what
so
what?
I man, I'm so, hey, if I'm talking too much, you can tell me literally to shut
No,
the
no, no,
fuck
no,
up,
no. You totally. The question which pop up to my mind is, what's the story of the second tattoo on your chest?
The tattoo, dude. I'm obsessed. I love thunderstorms, man. I absolutely love them, bro. I like to
I
sit
love them as
outside in the
well.
rain
They
and
are
watch
superbly
them.
powerful. Like,
Dude, they're fucking dope, dude. I used to live in a high rise that looked right over the
have you ever
lake,
been struck
and
by a thunder or no? Not yet.
I've never been struck by thunder, but I
Would
kind
you?
of wish.
Would you wish? You wish?
Yeah,
I
hell
wish
yeah.
too. I wish too. To feel that energy.
Superpowers, dude. Energy never dies. It just transforms and
Yeah.
transcends.
There are actually some people who survive that. If they are
Oh,
courageous enough,
you can survive it,
you can just let this energy go through you and ground it, and you'll be fine. But
bro. If I get
don't try
struck
it
by
at home.
lightning and don't get superpowers but still live, I'm gonna wish I died. Bullshit. I got hit by lightning and still here, and I just have a limp and a lisp now when I talk. That's bullshit.
Is the story with the DMT and dragon the most craziest story in your life? Or what's the craziest story ever happened to you? Like
Dude,
beyond the scale.
like I would say my more crazier moments in life, I couldn't even like tell you those stories because I won't even like remember them clearly, you know. It's just like I remember some how shit started and then I can't remember nothing and just waking up and just like, oh fuck, you know.
Have you ever been
But
in a coma?
never been in a coma. Actually,
I
dude,
was in
here
a coma for 10
I'll tell
days.
you a cool story.
My life is also very hardcore. I was in a coma twice. One here in Chicago on the south side for 10 days.
Shit, dude, how long? 10 days?
Yeah, the bill was 100,000, 100K.
Oh,
And it was like a reborn, like a new guy. I'm so thankful for that experience.
good for you, man. Good for you that you're here.
So, on the verge of what you remember, don't remember, any like some funny story. We record this podcast for so you can enjoy it, we can enjoy it, and people who's gonna listen to us and see that is gonna really enjoy it. So
All right, so
any stories?
you asked about the lightning bolt tattoo. So 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 it's I see the beauty in things that people don't, you know. Everyone always wants rainbows and sunshines, you know.
And the unicorns.
But
Yeah,
I think thunderstorms are more beautiful than rainbows and sunshines.
I
You know, I
totally
think they're
agree
more
with you.
beautiful.
Maybe we are
And
brothers from
and
another life.
I just see the beauty in some things that some people can't. You know, and just appreciate that shit. And it's energy, just like me. I'm always nonstop energy, and just like energy, it cannot die. It transforms and transcends. You know, it just moves on to something else, but it's still here.
I gotta admit that I had this very strong inner feeling that I shouldn't prepare any questions for you, like before we talk, and that when we start talking, the conversation will just flow. And I trusted this process. Uh, you said, I remember I was once. Do you know Buddy Guy? He's got a blues club on the south side.
Yeah, I love Buddy Guy.
He's in his late 80s. I'm not sure he's still alive, but he's gonna be like almost 90 now. And I went with my ex-wife to the concert. He was playing with his tongue and with his ass, on the guitar. And he said, the place was packed, like you couldn't even
Yeah.
get in, like. And he said, such a beautiful thing. I love everyone and everything. If everyone and everything would love everyone and everything like I do, this universe wouldn't have any problems. And on the beginning of this conversation, you said that you do all these goofy things, but in the core of your heart, you also love
So
everyone and everything, right?
So yeah, so what I do with like my comedy is so usually I start off and I do self-deprecation, but when I start off, I make it sound like I'm gonna make fun of someone who is ethnically, religiously, sexual orientationally different than me in some kind of way. But when you listen, when the punchline hits, you realize I'm not making fun of them, and it's either I'm making fun of myself and they're on top and I'm the fucking butt of the joke and everyone in the
I
room is
love that.
laughing at my dumb goofy ass, And so now, and I do a few more self-deprecations about me. So now everyone's laughing at me, and I'm like a big goofy clown, and I'm moving around all goofy and shit. And then now I can start doing other jokes where it's like more of like rants and more of like observations that may people could take offense if they don't like feel comfortable with you right away. And then so, but what I like to do is because all these people look different than all these people that look different than me and are different than me. You know, it's they're all together laughing all together. People are different at someone that's different than them, but it's not in a mean way. And then that person laughs back at all of them, and then they're all laughing too. You know, so I make the crowd feel comfortable by making fun of myself first, and then like warming them up, and then make them think I'm like I am very raunchy, but make them think I'm like uh, uh, attacking like uh, um, civil liberties, or attacking the right to choose whatever kind of person you want to fucking be, you know. But I do that to like for like shock value because I know how I physically look. I look like you're not from around these parts, are you? You know, I look like that. I understand that, but and so I like already have that them having that perception of me, and then I go in there and then start making fun of myself and do a bunch of weird, goofy movement, and then like I lead in with like sounding like I'm gonna make fun of other people, but then make fun of myself, continue to make fun of myself, do a bunch of movements, rolls, and weird shit, and play around with people, and then I start doing other like opinionated rants or stories that could like make people like get triggered, you know. But for real comedy lovers, they do enjoy that. But it gets people, you know. I love that. Like make fun of me, then I make fun of you. We all make fun. Like no one's doing this to be mean or offend anyone. Everyone understands you're in a fucking place of comedy, which is jokes, sarcasms, and nothing is true. They're all jokes. And yes, it's gonna be shocking or shit you've never heard before or offensive because it's not supposed to be the norm or not just having a normal conversation. I'm telling you, fucking Joe, you know, I wouldn't go to the fucking library and get mad that Metallica isn't blasting their music there playing a concert, you know. You don't fucking make noise in the library, you shut the fuck up. I wouldn't go to a hospital expecting them to sell me cigarettes and booze, you know, because it's a fucking hospital. I'm not gonna sell you that shit there, you know. I wouldn't fucking hop in a fucking swimming pool and be shocked that I'm wet. You know, it's there's a time and place for everything, and I get it. Like if someone says something like mean or fucked up and offensive, and like the wrong place in setting, and it's someone you don't like know or feel that comfortable with, you know, like I get that. Like you know, there's definitely like a point or line, but I just can't stand the people that actively want to go to a comedy show, either buy a ticket or take time out of their day and spend money on drinks and sit through a open mic and watch comedians, and even though that might not be their sense of humor, actively like get mad and frustrated or just like lose their mind and then flip a lid or like say that they're being offensive. No, like yeah, this is just these are all just fucking jokes, you know, all just jokes. And comedy is one of those art forms, man, you know, like paintings, sculptures, movies, you know, you go see those if you don't like it, you know. I mean, nowadays with social media, yeah, you can like rant online, but like if you like see like movies and sculptures and paintings, like if you didn't like it, all you would be like, I'm never going back to see that again. But with stand-up comedians, if you don't like a stand-up comedian and says something rude that you didn't like, you just aren't going to be like, I'm never listening to it again. They have to like go out of their way and be like, this guy is an asshole, or be like that. You know, it's one of the very few that and music I feel like are the two biggest forms of arts that have like immediate backlash from when they like release it to the world or whatever, you know. And it's like the only ones that when people don't like it, don't just be like, I'm never gonna watch that or look at that or eat that food again, you know. I'm never gonna come back to this restaurant and eat that food again if I don't like it, you know. But then there's like comedians and musicians, people will like actively like talk shit about online, or be like, if anyone brings up music and they say like, I love uh, um, Carly Rae Jepsen, and then that guy's like, bro, Carly Rae Jepsen is shit. What the fuck? You're an idiot for liking Carly Rae Jepsen. That's like, you know, it's that's ridiculous. You know. Oh yeah, it's all fun.
Um,
So like, yeah, you're saying the future of comedy, man, and for a while, like, yeah, people were getting canceled and shit and everything, but I feel like people are getting more comfortable and like realizing is a time and place for everything, and like, yeah, there's fine, and just but like,
Hmm.
and people that were once feeling offended by it know that it's not like directed towards them in any way. It's just a fucking joke, and if they don't like it, they don't have to. But comedy and music definitely get
Let's stop
attacked.
for a second. You said such a beautiful sentence that nothing is true, everything is a joke. I completely agree with that. And at this point, the question which popped up to my heart, not even to my mind, uh, from where, Ethan, do you gain your knowledge, uh, how you view this universe?
Well, um, I
Because
mean, like,
you said you don't listen to news. I don't listen to news for like 5 years at all. I have no interest into that whatsoever because it's boring and it's destructive. And so, what made you such a beautiful human being, which you are right now?
I'm not
Besides
here.
comedy, besides
I,
comedy.
I'm not here to do or support anyone else's movements or beliefs or anything, man. Everything is all bullshit and made up, man. Nothing is technically nothing is real. Time is a construct that people made,
For sure, yeah.
and
Time is
and
the
like
grandest illusion.
like
One of the
and
six
like
grandest illusion,
if
right?
you walk if you ask if you hold up a bottle of ice mountain water bottle and everyone says yes, that's a bottle of, that's water. If everyone in the United States today saw water, they will call it water. But do you think people in the United States back in the fucking 16 or 1500s when it was natives, or I'm sorry, I'm sorry, no, they came over in 1490. Yeah, I'm sorry, in 1300s or 1200s, before people came and took and wiped out the native people in America, they weren't calling water water. They called it something else, And it's like their reality changed, and now that some of their those their people are still here, and now they call it water too. But like, I mean, like, the sky wasn't isn't called blue by everyone, Time isn't real. Time just exists for yourself when you want it to. If you're trying to figure out how to get somewhere or do something, time's not really real. It's like that's your own schedule that you have. Um, this is all shit that people just made up, bro. Like, we weren't the first beings on this planet. There's
Yeah,
single
if
cell
we come back to that
organisms, and
question, like from where, I'm wondering is from where do you gain your knowledge, your
my
wisdom?
knowledge.
Yeah, your wisdom, your knowledge.
I
I'm pretty sure that psychedelics were superbly important,
believe I do, dude.
expanding your consciousness beyond
when when
the
when
beyond,
when
right?
when 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 we were still chimpanzees, we're still apes. There was a group of chimpanzees that stumbled upon a patch of mushrooms that are what we call magic mushrooms today,
Yeah,
and they
that's a
started eating it.
stone ape
Exact, yeah, and
theory, which is
that's
Terence
how we
McKenna.
eventually evolved into humans.
And there is his
That's it definitely expands your consciousness. And there was definitely ways that I thought before when I got into psychedelics, and then when I stopped doing them, I wasn't like, you know what, I don't have an opinion on it because I've never done it before. I'm gonna go do it and then have an opinion on it. After that, I really stopped, like, I mean, living my life based on opinions that I had. Really, when I
So you're
really
saying
started
that you
getting into
stopped
it
doing
heavily,
psychedelics?
I uh yeah, I've taken a break. I'm kind of more of just a little pot and beer guy now. I got into a place where it was no longer a good doing it as not a good thing, but it was not good and not healthy the way I was doing it, and other things too, and kind of lost my way and stopped performing comedy. Stop hanging around, like, my friends and my family didn't have a good relationship. So I was clean and sober for 2 years straight, and then I was like, I'm
But you
good.
mean
I'm
clean
not
and
doing
sober
any.
from psychedelics or clean and sober from everything?
I used to do a lot of cocaine, LSD, ketamine, ecstasy, and Molly.
Which one was your favorite?
LSD.
Yeah. Which is mushroom, right?
No,
And then you got sober, and then you switched to beer and weed.
just I just smoke beer and pot now. I'm like a cool dad, you know. Just a little beer and pot here. We don't need all that extreme shit. But if you want to have a little token of beer in my garage, or you and your friends are
So I
allowed.
imagine that psychedelics send you the very strong message, and you said, "Okay, I got the message, and I move on." Right?
They helped me open my eyes and made me more comfortable to see and just look in the right way and just open up my eyes. They didn't really direct me, they just made me feel more comfortable and just accepted nothing is easy and everything's wild. And if you see it as crazy hard or something as that hurts you or haunts you, it'll always do that. But if you see it as something that just makes you stronger and more powerful, you'll do it as an exercise, and eventually you'll just treat it like a fucking game, and it'll be nothing but a joke to you, and it's not anything that could stop you from doing what you want. But really, I want to say how smart I am is I like talking to everybody and anybody. I love hearing stories, man, of just anything. And it's like people on the train, the red line, green line, or just sitting at a bar talking to random people, or walking down the street, or other people that are walking a dog when I walk in my dog, or just other comedians at the bar. We're not like telling comedy stories or jokes, just about ourselves, just shooting the shits and just having fun, you know, and just learning, just like learning about people. And when I go to vacation other countries in the world, I don't like to go to like the tourist attractions and all that shit where everyone goes to. I like to try to make friends with like locals in the area, and I want them to show me what do the locals do for
Yeah, I
fun. What do
totally
like
get you
what
here.
do the locals do? I don't want to do like the Americanized fucking
Like a
corporation
top
bullshit.
10 attractions everywhere, right? Which are
Yeah,
boring
man,
as shit.
bro. Like Times Square in New York, that's literally just a fucking it's a tourist trap. You know, that's all it is. It's a tourist trap. If you want to really experience New York,
Same like in Chicago,
meet
we
some
have
New
this
Yorker
bean, you
friends.
know, and the Millennium Park, and
Exactly. I mean, like, if you go to if you go to all those, it's just going to be people taking photos or people just walking to get to
and
work or coming
nothing
home.
extraordinary will happen there.
Yeah, you know. So anywhere I go, I like to befriend like locals and people from all over, and just my one of my favorite things to do when I travel is I like to learn how people have fun in different parts of the world, what people think is funny in different parts of the world, and I like doing what they like to do to have fun, what they do in big groups of people where everyone's just having fun, you know, and just always and having and laughing and having fun. I want to know what every culture in the world does to come together with groups of strangers and just laugh and tell stories and have fun and party and celebrate together and have fun. I want to know every single culture what they do that and experience it, you know, for myself.
Would you be open to join our transcontinental, transdimensional, transcultural panel with other comedians from Australia and Europe?
I'm down.
Thank
And
you.
I mean, I don't think anyone I told to watch this is watching this, but between you and me, I still do acid, just not as much. I save it for either long nature hikes or if I'm going to a music festival. But I used to be doing like up to like four to
I
six
had this
tabs,
feeling
like
that you
two to
still
three
do this
times a
because
week
you
for
sound
like
like.
no reason. And everyone's talking about how crack is like the
But
most
for you,
dangerous
it's like
drug.
a champagne right now. Like from time to time, you treat it as a champagne, like a celebrating life. Would you say that
Hell
something
yeah,
like?
baby. Champagne. Wine and Zanya. And you know, man, and that's like the best thing, man. Acid is for people that aren't too doing too good in the economy, man. For just $10, you're gonna have eight, anywhere between 6 to 12 hours of a pretty fun fucking time. $10 for 6 to possibly 12 hours of entertainment? Hell no. Go to the movies to
That's
see
a
an hour and a
really
half long movie. It's
hard to beat, right?
$26 for the ticket and 30 for the popcorn, bro. You can't do nothing fun no more for that cheap. And for that long too? acid is for people that are trying to have fun, but not like overdo it, man. You can't go on vacation. Here, you can take a $10 vacation right here. You know, that's why they call it a trip, baby.
We are not promoting it. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes.
I
Can
do
you
not.
imagine that last Friday I was on some kind of a date with the lady, which is 82 years old. She is a descendant of the King of England. Her nickname is Bunny.
Oh yeah, those
I met
people, the
her on the
people that have the
beach.
big house with other people's stuff in it. Yeah, those guys. The guys that have the big house with everyone else's stuff in it. Stolen, of course.
I met her on the beach, on the Montrose Beach, by the dock. There's a bar run by Polish people,
Yeah.
and she came to the studio. We were dancing. That was such a wild evening. Like, how about your dreams? When you dream, what's going on within when you go to sleep?
Dude, I don't stop dreaming. You know.
Even you do like a daydreaming or lucid dreaming
Dude,
or
I daydream. I'm like honestly, like if I'm not off my like prescribed Adderall to like do like to be at work to focus on my job,
is
I
Adderall help you with your HDD?
oh yeah,
That's what I heard. A
like
lot of I know a lot of friends who do the same thing.
I figured my dosage out to where it could keep me locked in focus, but not make me feel like a zombie where I lose like my creativity or my energy. So I have like I just literally get like tunnel vision, and when I'm like focused on something, holy fuck, it's nuts, it's awesome.
I can imagine
So
that.
yeah,
I have a very good friend who's my dearest friend. He's extremely intelligent. His IQ is like 180. We are thinking about starting a new podcast which will be called Beyond Everything, recording here in the studio. And he's got ADHD as well, and Adderall helps him a lot with like finding that sweet spot, as you said, right? Okay, so what are your just to wrap it up for today? What are your plans for near future, mid future? What are your biggest dreams? What would you like to achieve?
I mean, I would like to have like a sketch comedy TV show or like a comedy TV, like a Dave Chappelle comedy, sketch comedy style, or like a Always Philadelphia type comedy style TV shows. Like always have been my dream. I want to become a comedic actor and travel around the world and make people all over laugh of big crowds and hear these people tell me their stories and just travel and make people fucking laugh, bro. That's my favorite thing, man. That's like literally the only thing I'm actually like good at all, you know? Is dude, that's it.
So you are focused on that, and do you have a plan how to
I
achieve
mean,
that?
I have a day job, really good day job. I work in marketing, a sweet 9 to 5, and it's great. I'm the photographer and videographer and photo and video editor
Lovely.
in in marketing, and I help make create content ads and fix websites and do promotions and do photo shoots for stuff going through my company and everything, and so I get to be creative in that, and that's definitely helped me and taught me new ways to how to like reach more people within social media. But the funniest thing ever, so I never went to college, you know, so I wasn't trained in marketing. But like with my pitch, when I was like pitching them to hire me for the job, I told them about my many years of comedy experience, and it's comedy is marketing because it's literally you write jokes, but you walk into the crowd and you see people that would either get offended by those jokes by just like how they look. Then you either got to change it up to make it something they like, or you got to take the stance and hit it at them hard and then make them like it, you know, and you got to learn what works in what environments, what to do, where, what not to do, what customer wants to buy or to see or to experience what, you know. Um, and and that's really just what like comedy is. There's all these different types of comedy bars that all kind of have like a different kind of vibe to themselves in the city. So it's that's a good it's good to not just have one you go to go a bunch, because then you can learn, because like as a comedian I think it's really fair to just like be someone who doesn't give a fuck about life's bullshit, is just be someone is here to do their own, is do what they love to do and live their life. And because that's when risky topics come into play and everything, everyone's like, what side are you on? I don't give a fuck. I have definitely made fun of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris on social media. I've definitely made fun of water and fire. I don't give I like I if I'm hanging out with water, I'm making fun of fire. If I'm hanging out with fire, I'm making fun of water. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. Maybe it seems like someone who's stirring the pot a little bit, but I don't give a fuck if you guys want to waste your time and fuck around. I'm just here to have my live my do my so the good thing with comedy is to not be someone who actually gives a fuck, really. I mean, have a soul, yes, and have sympathy and empathy for other people and everything, yes, 100%. But just don't be like someone who watches shit and picks sides of stuff. Be like, I'm here to do what's here for me. I don't have time for anyone else's bullshit.
Mm,
And that's really all it is that you see in the news. Why it's just other people all around the world going through some bad bullshit. Why do you want to add more bullshit to your plate? Everyone in this world's got some kind of thing that may not seem bad or challenging to someone else, but it's still in some way challenging, bad, traumatizing, or life changing to that individual. And we all got it. The life ain't easy for anybody in some way or form, or someone has something, whatever. And everyone just tries to compare shit, but stop comparing and picking sides. Just do your own fucking thing. We're all individuals at the end of the fucking day. We all have our own brains. We all think our own thoughts. We all want to do what we want to do without anyone telling us what we want to do, because we never know how much time we have here, and we don't know for real what's next. And so we don't want a second wasted or taken away from us doing some shit we have no love doing. So
mhm.
as a comedian, I don't pick sides really. If you ever hear
I love
me
that.
talking shit about something or something, and you're like, "You pick that side," it's like, bro, go see me at this bar. If I was making fun of conservatives over there, I'm gonna go make fun of liberals over here. I just like telling jokes and kind of getting people ticked off. So I like making people laugh, and sometimes I like making people pissed off too. Either way, it's the comedy can do many things. It can make people very happy or make people very mad. It's really fun. It's very powerful.
I totally agree with you. Thank you so much for such a beautiful conclusion. Before I ask you the last question tonight, I also would like to mention that as a Beyond the Courage, we support this amazing foundation here in Schiller Park, Chicago, near Chicago. The group of really amazing people help save 1,400 kids from really the death penalty, we could call it like this. Uh, it's been a beautiful
No,
journey for 37 years. We just published a podcast on our European channel with Ivan and his mom, and they were sleeping, and they were one of the first victims on the Ukrainian war. They were sleeping, and during the night, the bomb just smashed their house, and Ivan was fighting for 6 months for his life. Thanks to the foundation here, the Gift of Heart. We'll place all the links in the description. He's fine right now. He's 18. He's doing great. Let's help if we can. Last question for tonight for you, Ethan. What is the source of that enormous energy? What is driving? I have this feeling in my guts that you got an enormous amount of energy as a human being. Something is pushing you forward or pulling, however you call it. Where
yeah.
do you gain this energy from?
Um, it's kind of trying to always prove myself that um that I have purpose and purpose and meaning and everything, and to prove myself that I can I can do anything that I can do. It's like I'll take all risks and just try to learn or how to do or try or just do anything in the moment. Like I've done like those Chris Farley jokes where I'll jump around and flop and shit. I've done one where I full on fucking dislocated my shoulder when I did the flop, got back up, completed the joke, it killed, did two more jokes, left, and then walked out and everyone was trying to high five me. I ran my shoulder back into the wall to pop it back in, and
Wow.
literally 2 weeks after that, fucking happened to me again in the same shoulder when I do the same joke to flop out to bust up my shoulder and I pop it back in again.
I love that.
I take physical in
This is
any
a
ways,
brilliant answer to that question.
because I don't know, it's just like I feel like I don't know, I've always kind of felt like alone or like um the one and only on the island of misfit toys and kind of like in the eyes of everyone like either I don't know, just either nothing like just I don't know, a lot to prove to myself and just I always feel like I have to prove to other people that um that I'm something force of nature not to be reckoned with and just something from another world. I'm one of a kind, my own. And no matter what people have been telling me my whole life that look at me now, motherfuckers, no matter how much you guys been trying to bring me down, I've kept going no matter like through my battles and everything. I am at like the happiest like part of like my life that I've ever been in my whole life, like through these past like year, 2 years that I've living and doing like more with comedy and just you know fucking all stop doing all the bullshit and focusing on what my true loves and passions are and taking better care of myself, fucking better relationship with my friends and everyone, and then that like also just made me like go back and took away my writer's block that I was having that made it hard to write jokes. Um, and just I was just back to myself and just I always feel like I have to prove someone in that um like if they thought I was good today, wait till they see me tomorrow, if they thought I was fucking badass this year, just wait till they see me in 5. I'm gonna blow their fucking mind, um and just kind of looking and just kind of myself, I kind of struggle with a lot of problems with like kind of like a lot of self-doubt and a lot of self-hatred and shit, you know and so it's just I'm a constant battle with myself. You like fuck you, you know you think I'm a loser? Like, I look at me, you think I'm a loser? Fuck you. I know what I'm here for. I'm better than myself. I'm made for this, and all you are is just an exercise to keep me warmed up, just a little obstacle in this path to my success. Just to keep me on my toes, because and that's like the path of God almost, because everyone thinks a miracle is just them asking or praying for something and it just appears in front of them. That's not a miracle. A miracle is someone prays to whatever God they believe in and asks them, can you show me the way? How do I do this? How do I beat this? God doesn't give it to them, but he says, okay, I'll turn the lights on so you can see the path. I'll give you a map, and so you can find your way through. But yes, there's gonna be challenges, but I'll show you the way. And the real miracle is someone who doesn't get overtaken by the obstacles and lose to them or gives up to them. Is someone A miracle is someone, no matter how many obstacles or challenges they have, they always prevail, and not by asking it, but by asking God to give them the strength to keep going, to maybe give them a torch to light their way through the dark so they can keep on going. Not asking it to take them to the promised land or to where they want to be, but asking them to give them the strength or the knowledge or the wisdom to beat it and overcome it themselves. Winning the lottery isn't a miracle. A miracle is a single mother putting two kids through school and working a job and providing a nice lifestyle for those two kids, and providing a lifestyle where those two kids can grow up and chase their own dreams and have it better than she did. That's a fucking miracle. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, and
what you just said is really deep. I'm
and
almost
so
internally crying. Such a
there's
beautiful
a there's
words.
a popular joke that's true from my life when I was talking about how I have self-hatred. And I don't know how much time you have left, but I'll leave you on this one bit that I do very popular. Is that cool?
No, sure. I don't have to go.
Oh, awesome, bet. Because I just have I just don't, I have to be at a mic at like 9:30, and so I got plenty of time.
Give me
Let's
just
say
like
40.
2 minutes. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right
Hell
back.
yeah, dude. And I'll yeah, give you some stuff.
Okay, everyone. I gotta admit from the core of my heart that Ethan blew my mind and blew my heart. Ethan
Hell yeah,
blew
dude.
you blew my mind and blew my heart with your
Dude, that's what's up,
open
bro. That's awesome.
mindedness and your courage and
If you want
uh,
some beyond courage, this one bit that's popular about perspective and never giving up and never letting anything beat you in life is definitely suits your podcast based on the name Beyond Courage. So hell yeah.
hell yeah.
So I know I'm pretty goofy. So all right, I know like I'm pretty goofy, but I'm gonna get real with you guys now and anyone watching or everyone here. Yeah, like true shit. Like I'm not even gonna like front with you. When I was a kid, I was molested as a kid, and for a while I used to think I was like lost and broken and like trash and everything. You know, I used to think I was garbage, nothing. But then I learned about the power of perspective to take a bad situation and turn it into a good one. And
I
so
love that.
I was thinking about the whole molesting thing one day, you know, and I was really thinking to myself, you know, God damn! I'd be one sexy ass kid, a real hot piece of prepubescent ass motherfucker walking around like all you can fuck buffet. Sydney Sweeney ain't got nothing on me, sweetheart. Hot motherfucker. Nothing can bring me down. You think you can beat me and destroy me? Hell nah. I'll just use it to my advantage, motherfucker. Motherfucker. You ever think I'm a glass half empty or a glass half full? Neither. I'm two red solo cups overflowing with ice cold, crispy Coors Light, you fucking cocksucker. But not in like an offensive way, just like you're an asshole way. You know,
Hallelujah.
like there you go. It's more
This is
fun when I'm
beyond
on
the courage
stage.
in
It's
its
it's
essence, of course.
it's more of a closer joke because with all my I do a bunch of jokes where I sound like a goofy idiot and like that shit's true and like I get real with people and then in the ending it's like I get goofy with it because I hear a lot of like people making fun of pedophiles or people or like making fun of the uncomfortable situation about getting molested. I've never heard a comedian really talk about a joke about him actually being molested and but not making fun of the guy who molested him or just making fun of like the situation to make people that had it feel bad, but making fun of the
That's a
fact that
superbly open-minded
no
and
matter how
transcending the
like I used to
situation.
think it was bad, but like when you think about it, it's like it's funny. It's like I was thinking to myself, it's like yeah, you feel bad being molested, but we got to realize that man, you had to be one good looking kid for an adult to want to risk jail time on you. You know, you had to be one fucking hot piece sexy ass. You know, it's stupid and it's bullshit and I sound like an idiot, but it's just funny, you know. And for me, it's like it
That
helps me. It's
joke
like
requires a very conscious audience, like
exactly, man.
we're
It's
very
like
open-minded, like beyond the
exactly, dude. It's like,
cultural
bro.
taboos.
It's like, honestly, look at what happened to me, and I'm not crying about it. I'm laughing about it because I'm still here. You know, I don't worry or freak out about anything. If I'm still here doing what I'm doing, then the bad shit in the past wasn't anything that was coming to destroy me. It was only training me to get stronger, you know? Because if it's not the thing that takes me out, then it's just something that makes me stronger, you know? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So if I'm still standing here, I do it, and it kind of for like the community of people that have been molested as a kid, like me, man, just like not feeling alone, but also when I do that, like not making fun of the situation, but I'm just like making fun of it's like I take the power away. Like it's no longer a bad thing because fuck you, you're nothing but like a joke to me now. You know, it's like sure I was traumatized for a second, but then I realized nah, I'm still fucking here and kicking. You know, and I'm still doing the best of me. They're 6 feet under. You know, and I'm living my fucking best life it didn't break me. So when you go to the gym and you lift weights and you feel like you're dying, but you're not actually dead, you're still breathing. When you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna feel stronger because your muscles relax and just got ripped apart, but made stronger. That's like what I say: to be a star, you must burn. You know?
I completely, man, I am falling in love into you as a human being.
Oh yeah, baby.
Uh, Remember, I told you that I'm going for ibogaine. Have you heard about ibogaine or iboga? Probably not by your body language. This is the most powerful molecule technology on this planet. This is not a psychedelic. This is more like a dissociant. You said you try ketamine, right, in your life?
I've done it a few times.
Did you get to the K-hole? That's a very deep.
Every single time I did it, I was mixing it with a lot of other stuff, so I just never really felt
Okay.
like it's natural, pure effect. So no.
So, if you have been sexually abused as a kid, if there is still a need within you with some emotions, and because you already can make jokes about it, so this is really beyond the scale. But ibogaine, iboga is it's a bark of root in Africa. It's the most advanced technology we have to cure ourselves from everything: PTSD, depression, heroin, cocaine, alcoholism, everything. It's and the efficiency is 100%. Um, and because I'm going for that experience in probably September, October, I 2 years ago I started in taking a lot of kratom. Have you heard about kratom? Kratom.
Yeah.
It's a tea from Southeast Asia. It's a very, very effective tea. It's got 60 alkaloids in it. Coffee has one, yerba mate has four, kratom has 60, which is blowing your mind.
Yeah.
And 8 days ago, I started going down from kratom, and I have to go completely get rid of it out of my system because otherwise iboga will kill me. So I'm in the process of doing that. Like you
Oh yeah,
said,
dude.
you've been clean for 2 years.
I no, I'm not currently clean now.
No, no,
I
but you
mean,
said you've
I
been
smoke
clean.
pot and
But
drink beer.
how did you do it? Like,
So yeah, I was at a
was it
really
a
like
mental
I was
process?
like
What was the? Did you use any specific? Because that question I'm asking right now could be very, very important for so many people who's gonna hear us.
yeah.
How to
Um
stop doing something
so
what you
I
love and something what makes your body feel great. How do you do this?
I quit a very strong addiction to cocaine, an addiction to Molly, and an extreme like heavy addiction to LSD. Um
Cocaine is very, very difficult to drop.
yeah, and by doing that, uh
I never, I
my
didn't have
family hit me
addiction
with
with cocaine,
some.
but I heard from so many people that it is.
Yeah, man. My family hit me with some tough love and gave me an intervention, and they said you can either go be homeless or and get the fuck out of our lives, or you can take this plane ticket, go to Minnesota and go to rehab
And you buy
and
the
clean
ticket and you
yourself
went
up
to
and fix
Minnesota.
yourself, man. My mom took me there, man. God bless her heart. You know, I hated it, you know, like all like going there and through it and
At that
hated it, but
moment, you hated it
like
because, but then you
oh
loved it,
man,
right?
and like even after the first anyways after that I was for the first year of being completely sober after rehab I was drug tested once a week. I had to go into a place and pee in a cup essentially. That place showed the report to my mom essentially to prove to her that I'm not drinking or doing any drugs. And then after that was another whole year where I got out of that system where I was just completely sober, just on my own, because just like you know what, I just wanted to be. You know, I was just enjoying my time, and I wasn't like sober because I was afraid of getting in trouble if people caught me doing drugs. You know, I wasn't sober for that reason. I was just sober because you know what, I'm enjoying this right now, and then. Um, like after those 2 years, I started smoking pot again, and then for like 6 months, I was only smoking pot, and then I just started just having beers and no like hard liquor, and I always have a few beers when I'm out with like my buddies. I don't keep like I usually don't keep beer or any alcohol in my place ever. I like see like alcohol or beer as like a celebration thing. So if you're just sitting around your house, like not feeling your best and you're drinking, it's not going to make you feel good. It's for a celebration and a special moment with a group of people, not alone by yourself or whatever. And so like with like helping to stay off of like everything, and just like focus was just doing a whole bunch, trying new things and like different hobbies,
Let's just
because
stop for a second. When you went to Minnesota,
cold in Minnesota.
what was the core message from those people over there, that place, which made you or help you stop doing what you were doing? Like completely
The
honestly,
key here. You want to hear the honest key?
honesty, yeah,
I'll
pure
tell you what
honesty,
they told.
no
I'll
bullshit
tell you what they
whatsoever,
told
just
me.
pure honesty.
They told me we've had people come to this facility 10 times. We've had people come here 15 times.
Fail over and over.
They try. They fail over and over, and the reason why all the times that they were brought to rehab was because someone else forced them to go to rehab and to get sober. And so what they had to do was to finally learn what they're doing is unhealthy and bad and want to get clean on their own, not for anyone. The only person they should want to do it for is themselves, because if you do it for your mom and you do it for and then she dies, now you're going to be sad your mom's not there. Well, your reason isn't there anymore to not do it, so that's gone. You're still here, so you got to do it for yourself, and you got to do it. You got to set up these plans and these dreams, and know for a fact the only way they're going to get achieved if is just do what the fuck you got to do, and not go back. Always forward, never backwards. I daydream and I dream a lot, but I'm not a
How
dreamer.
difficult was it on like scale of 1 to infinity for you to?
Dog, like the fucking what like the amount of substance that I was doing for
Yeah, I can imagine.
a very
How
long time
difficult was it
when I
for
was
you
in
to?
rehab. The come down and everything, bro, from the combination from the come down of like doing lots of acid is like time either feels like it's moving in super super sped up motion or in super slow motion. And then from the not doing coke anymore, you're like
So you were
itchy,
tempering
you're
down,
always
or you just
itchy.
stopped completely? Or what was the strategy?
The strategy.
Did you have you been tempering down, or you stopped completely, just like cold turkey?
Oh no, when I was I was locked in a facility for 4 months.
Oh, okay. So you had to
They're
stop
like,
cold
yeah,
turkey, right?
yeah, they're like, I lived in a facility and it was a rehab
But
facility, and
before
I
you go to the facility, did you tempering down, or you just?
oh, no, I literally took a tab of acid, was about to go meet my friend over at his place during like the first year of COVID lockdown. And my mom was like, "Hey, can you come with me somewhere? I need your help with something." And then like a bunch of my family and
Also,
my
so she
therapist
she
were there.
tricked you a little bit to that, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
But
my mom's clever for
that's
that.
what the
God
loved
bless my
ones do,
mom.
right? That's what the loved
Yeah,
ones do. Would
ain't
you
no one gonna
say
love you
that
more
you
than your
will be
mama.
the most grateful experience ever?
Dude, I'm glad I did it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm sober, because consuming marijuana and beer does not make you technically sober. But from doing acid almost every day, cocaine every day, drinking a fucking fifth of tequila every day, a six pack every day, and just working shitty jobs, and just my only goal was getting fucked up because I had no purpose. And that's the thing, what they tell you. The trick is, and it's like the biggest thing why you get so bored when you're sober is because you realized all your time was getting high, and time felt like it was going by fast because you were just inebriated and fucked up and having fun and didn't know what the hell was going on. So everything felt fast and like you were doing a lot, but you weren't. And so when you're like cut and dry, you're going to feel like time's very slow and there's nothing going on. But get new hobbies. If you get new hobbies, go bird watching, go learn how to swim, build a tent, learn how to make a
Or become
campfire,
the world
learn how to
famous
cook, learn
comedian,
how
right?
read a book. You know, it's literally do your work, um have a good healthy exercise routine, a healthy diet. Like they were very like we had a very nice gym and good healthy food when we're in the facility, because that's all part they heavily preach about it too. It's like that's other junk that'll get you down, that just inspires you to do other things that get you down, you know. So only do things that make you like actually feel good, like eating healthy and
Okay, okay. So let's
exercising.
stop for it. You told me that I can tell you that. Let's stop for a second. So 4 months passed. You are leaving the facility, and please tell us
No, I was
how the first day outside of the facility looked in your life.
Dude, so I was in Minnesota, and I live in Chicago, so I go to the airport to fly
Yeah,
home.
let's keep traveling. So traveling, you know, and
Yeah,
then
so but that's the thing there, you know. Um, cuz like even when I was out of rehab, you know, I didn't want to be sober, you know. I didn't want to, and I
when you
only
get to
reason
the
why.
airport, did you have this thought that you want to have a drink or?
That's the thing, dude. In the state of Minnesota, they have bars there that accept sobriety coins as a beer token, because the state of Minnesota is like the number one amount of rehab facilities for drugs and alcohol in America.
They
And
are
so
no,
they
way
know
north
if they
and a
put
lot of snow, bad weather, people drinking heavy over there, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why if they show them that sobriety coin, they'll tell them, if you give me that coin, I'll give you a free drink, because I know they'll order a bunch more afterwards. And so I looked at the coin and I looked at the bar and I really wanted to do it.
But
I didn't
that's
I
freaky.
didn't
That's
fucking
not
do it,
logical.
but I was locked in this facility and haven't seen any of my friends and family in 4 months, and just honestly, I can't, like, no lie. This My mom picked me up from the airport when I got back in Chicago, and I just gave her the biggest fucking hug in the world. And I was like, I didn't like it at all, but thank you for saving me and making my life better. You know,
So, from my understanding, right now you do just a little bit of smoking weed and a little bit of drinking.
I smoke a lot of weed and I
Is your
love beer.
huge step of it's a huge
And I
progress
like to
within your
do
consciousness.
I do mushrooms still too.
And yeah, you told us that. So what you do right now help you cope way better with being human than what you were doing before, and this is on the acceptable level, right?
Yeah.
And and you love it and you like it, and I also love it because we need to have some fun in life, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like you say, it's have fun in life, you know. Do certain things at the right place and time. I was doing the wrong things at the wrong place and time all the time, every time, no matter what. And so it's like, and I either smoke pot because it makes either my sore knees or my sore back feel better, or because I'm socially hanging out with my friends, or just because I like the way, honestly, the smoke of marijuana tastes in my mouth. I mean, it's a good feeling. But like in drinking beer, I only drink when I'm out with people at like an event or at like a bar. You know, I don't really like to drink by myself, because then, like, when I drink by myself, I just remind myself why I feel sad, because I feel alone, and then I just drink more, and it's like I'm a fucking loser and to pick a fight, and it's fucked up. So,
What do you think about love, like
love,
universal love? And I'm not asking about romantic love.
lover, love is energy. It does not die. It either transforms or transcends in somewhere else, into something else, onto something else. It doesn't die. Love is always here.
Do you deeply truly love yourself?
Uh, I don't think
You
anyone
hesitated for a moment.
truly deeply loves themselves, and I know, I cannot say 100% I love every single thing about me, but to be honest, I wouldn't change a thing that's happened in my life. I wouldn't change a thing about me. But if I wanted to, I would grow, not change, grow and improve and be better if on some things that I still feel like I need to. But I you know, I don't feel like a piece of trash or like I was nothing or anymore. You know, that's for sure. I definitely feel like I have purpose these days, and I strive and chase after my dreams and passions and have better relationships with my families and friends.
Do you think that you are a god creating or at least co-creating this reality? And this is the most important question I'm asking you this evening.
So one day I took a 10 strip of 300 UG acids. And for one whole month straight, I truly believed I was God and would bring it up in
Okay,
conversations to
but what is
people.
your understanding of God? We were recording
Here, I'll tell you my
a
understanding
podcast.
of God.
We were recording a podcast on Beyond the Courage with
I'll
Lubomir
tell you my
Arsov.
understanding of God. I believe there is only one God, and that God presents himself as whoever he needs to look like to reach whoever. You know, if you believe in Jesus, then he appears as Jesus. If you believe as Buddha, God will appear to you as Buddha. If you believe in
Okay, but what do you
Scientology, he'll
believe?
appear to you as
What do
Tom
you
Cruise.
what
You
or who
know,
do you believe in? What is your God?
uh, I believe there is a God, and that God has the power to shapeshift into every single God that man is recorded. Because I believe that anyone that has some true experience with God, that they believe is an actual fact, then it's God interacting with them, and at the end of the day, every God has like the same message at the end of the day, and it's the same person. He just tries to inspire people to do good, not to achieve awards, but to do good because it's the right thing and it feels good, and it's what keeps the world spinning. You know, no one likes getting hurt, so why hurt anybody?
We had a guest on the podcast which is beyond the scale. His name is Lubomir Arsov. He is a creator of Modern Odyssey, which is probably the coolest animation out there in the universe. It's got like 8 million views. And he said that from his understanding, the God means to create. Would you agree with this concept? Do you,
Yes,
but
yes,
let me ask that question
creation.
again. Do you think that you are a God who is creating this universe? In your universe, do you think
I,
that there is a higher
I,
power, or the
I.
highest power in your universe is you, and you are completely responsible, simultaneously creating and perceiving this reality? That's let me rephrase the question. Do you think that there's a force above you, or you are the force which is creating that universe? Because I think
I create my
that
own
I am the
universe.
God and I am co-creating this reality with you.
Hell
And
yeah. See, it's like honestly right now, this is like being in like the the Greek gods heaven over here, where all the gods just booing, bro. Hell yeah, his buddies up here, dude. You know, like God is one person. We all are God if we choose to believe we're God, you know.
but you
We can
said
be
that God
anything
can
when you want it.
could be a shapeshifter, shape, whatever, right?
God created us in his image. So technically we are God. We are created to be God. We are gods. We were created to look like gods.
So what's the plan for tonight?
Uh have you ever been to My Buddies?
Sure. I
Thursday
love
nights, My
I love the
Buddies.
place.
I'm going over there. Love always catching and doing a mic. Either if I'm on the show or just doing an open mic there. Ty and Carolyn are the best, and a lot of good buddies of mine are always there, and a lot of funny people, and always a good sized crowd. And I like it. I love mics that have a good, like, not a stage above, but it's the flat floor and gives you a Bluetooth microphone, because I'm not gonna stand there on stage. I'm gonna wander around the crowd and like just mess with people and tell my jokes to people up in their face like it's more of a personal conversation. Move around, you can see me more and do stuff and interact with people better. It's fun. I like doing that, and it's cool. And they give that space for it, and it's awesome. And they welcome it and they love it.
Do you think you're gonna
My
try something
buddies.
new after our conversation tonight?
Am I gonna try?
Do
Yeah.
you think that you can tell the glimpse of the story of the dragon and DMT tonight or no?
I will. I have a story about my rose. I'm gonna probably.
What's the
I'll
story of the
do.
rose? Let's say at the end, what's the story of the rose?
Okay, so the story of the rose. The rose has two truths. So the first truth is, um, I'm a Virgo. Virgo is Earth sign, and the rose is the symbol of the Earth's heart. And it says lover there because Earth is a lover. No matter
I
how
just got it
much.
yesterday. It's a rose here.
Hell yeah. See, like, no matter how much you harm Mother Earth, she's gonna try to do anything in her power to keep it going. Or no matter, like, she's a real lover. Love is someone who forgives someone's mistakes because they love them and know that they're not perfect, but they love them for who they are. And I and that's why I have love on there because the rose is the Earth's heart, and I'm a lover. No matter I'll forgive, love, and love is what strengthens anything. And that is the truth that I tell women at the bar. The truth that I tell my boys is the reason why it only says lover is because I didn't have enough room to put mother in front of it. A real mother lover out here. A real MILF, the MILF Slayer, Ethan Fyfe, the MILF Slayer. Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had women's husbands FaceTime me crying, be like, "You fucked my wife," and I would respond like, "Dude, I'm 19. Leave me alone. Your 34-year-old wife got me when I was 19. You gotta lock that down better, buddy."
And what was the reaction to that?
Dude, like there's this chick that I met on Tinder one Friday night when I was
A
19,
rose.
and she told me to come over to her place that night, and I did. Then I walk into her living room and there's pictures of her, a man, and two children in the photos all over the living room. And I was like, if your husband's in the bed, I'm not down with it. Well, if he's only watching, I'll be down. I can accept if he's watching, but if he's interacting, I'm not really down for that right now. But she was like, no. Yeah, my husband and my kids, they're at Disneyland right now. And I'm like, are they on their way back from Disneyland or do they just get there? And she goes, they should be on Space Mountain about now. And I go, oh, hell yeah. That's a fun ride. And then she looks at me and goes, if you thought that was a fun ride, wait till you get in my room. And she brings me in there. And for 3 months, I was hooking up with this chick who's married with two kids. And then one day I had her husband FaceTime me on his wife's phone, and I thought it was her, and I said, "What's up? What's up, sugar tits?" And I saw him, and it was just like he was angry but crying at the same time. Who are you? You're fucking my wife. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I look at the screen dead on, and I go, "Dude, I'm 19 years old." And then I hang up the phone. Dude, I'm 19 and plowing your wife, and you're mad at me. You should be mad at your wife or mad at yourself.
Yeah, that's a very holistic conclusion. Why do you think? I won't say women because men do the same thing. Why we humans? Why we do this? Why? I mean, like cheating. It's absolutely, completely not in my nature, but we have it intrinsically very deep in our DNA to cheat, to behave like freaking. I don't swear, but why is that? Does it is it a tool for evolution? What's that?
I feel like someone hurts someone because they're still angry about someone else hurting them and they never either got an apology or never feel like it was made right, so they sat with anger and something in them that made them feel less or broken, and they do it to make them feel powerful.
Hmm, that's a very interesting analyze.
That's why I always say ELE. Do you know what ELE stands for?
Could be anything.
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
that
Everyone
was
would have
that.
so dude, people would be having way more sex if people just loved everyone, you know? It would be awesome.
Oh, never thought about it this way, but
You know, if there was like no wars between different countries because we were different and we just all like had massive orgies together, that would be awesome, you know? Awesome.
I gotta admit, I'm gonna be 50 this year, and
Jesus, you're 50? I thought you were like 30 or like 20, 29. Jesus.
a lot of people say that, but
Are
uh,
Ukrainians like the white black people? They just don't crack? Hell yeah. Russia ain't gonna bring you down, those fuckers.
you probably know Dan Stanhope. He's a brilliant comedian, right? Dan Stanhope. He said at the end of his 40s, he started naturally losing interest into women, and that's what got into me as well.
Nice.
And then you gotta do Beyond and some other, you know,
Hell yeah.
you gotta find something to. Are you open to like start a family or like a serious relationship, or that's completely
Uh,
out of bounds?
you know, I mean, despite my like douchebaggery jokes or everything, but I am more of a relationship type person. You know, I think like having like multiple people you like sleep and hang out with is just too frustrating. And I have ADHD, so I can't focus on one fucking thing and one fucking person, let alone multiple people and trying to sneak around people. I just want someone that's cool, that has a good sense of humor, that's smarter than me, and is likes to exercise and do shit outside and is attractive, you know, and just is fun, likes to open their mind to new opportunities and travel, and you know, I like to I'm like a leech. I like to latch on to someone and never let go. That's what love is. Yeah.
How
Oh my
how many
god.
how many minutes walk to the comedy club?
Uh it's a it's about a nice 5 minute drive.
Okay, so we got 3 more minutes. How would you spend the 3 very valuable minutes to
Can I tell some jokes?
to send humanity some beautiful message or tell an amazing joke or whatever you would like to share? These 3 minutes are completely for you,
Okay.
and let's enjoy. Let's go beyond of
Can you
craziness,
see me
and
right now? My screen looks
let's
like
even
it's
go beyond love or whatever we can go beyond transcend. I right now I see that the picture stopped. Could be
yeah, I see you. You're moving around. I just see mine is stopped.
what happened? Did you go out of bounds, out of Wi-Fi,
No,
or
I'm in the same spot.
okay? Let me turn off the.
Yeah, I'll tell you some jokes. That's how I'll end my time here. Hey, did you guys know America's racist? Did you know America's racist? Did you know America's racist? Dude, America is so racist that half of the white people in America right now think Harriet Tubman was the lady who crashed out on the bus. And y'all are looking at me right now like, yeah, so? And? Wrong lady! No, yeah, people have been asking me, which half of that debate are you on? Which half of the whites are you, Ethan? Well, I want to talk about time travel. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about time travel. I don't want to go back in time to stop 9/11 or kill baby Hillary or nothing. No, I want to go back in time because I want to go back to when the box frame TVs. Remember the big box frame TVs, the big fat ones? I hate these new day fucking skinny TVs, man. You press the power button. It takes 30 minutes to turn on, 20 minutes to pick the streaming service, 10 minutes to pick the show, and by the time something's on, you gotta go. The box frame, man, the second you hit that power button, they're already on, and you can just, anything was on, you can watch everything right away, you know? And that's pretty crazy when you think about it, dude. TVs are a lot like women. The fatter they are, the faster they're turned on, baby. Hell yeah. Do you guys like astrology? Do you like astrology? Yeah, do you like astrology? I think astrology is dog shit. Dog shit. Do you want to know the real way to determine someone's personality traits? Huh? Do you want to know? I'll tell you, buddy. Here it is. Whatever position their parents climaxed in during the sex to make them or to make you, that's your personality right there. And I guarantee you, my parents busted in wheelbarrow because you know why? I'm a fucking tool. Hell yeah, baby. Oh, not really. It's because I get pushed around a lot. I'm a loser. I don't know, man. Life is hard, but that's cool. I like getting hard, man. You know what? I have some great advice for all the straight dudes out there right now. You know, straight dudes with low self esteem like me, here's some advice. You need to get yourself a gay man best friend, dude. That guy will literally boost your confidence up, your swag will improve, and you're constantly showered in compliments, man. But the best thing about gay dudes, man, they party hard. They party so hard that the hangover the next day is so strong that my head and my butt feels sore, dude. That was wicked, man. Intense. They're hardcore, dog. Holy fuck, man. Oh my god. Holy paginas, dog. So
Vaginas,
there's this
vaginas.
true story right here I'm gonna tell you. There's this one chick that I've been having some sexual relations with lately. Uh, and I told her that I do comedy, and she thought that was awesome and kind of funny because she used to live in Philadelphia and worked as a bartender at a comedy bar. And she used to hook up frequently with Shane Gills before he blew up and became famous when he was trying to get on the scene in Philadelphia. And that is awesome. But what kind of pisses me off about that is Shane Gills talks about how he looks like he has Down syndrome all the time, you know? What leads and that has me asking two questions. Does this girl get damp in the downstairs to dudes who look like they have Downs? And more importantly, does this bitch think I have Down syndrome? Do I look like I have Down syndrome? Do I look like I have Down syndrome? What the fuck, man? What the hell? I mean, I knew I was in special ed and everything, but I thought that was just for like the ADHD and can't read, you know? That's crazy, man. Oh my goodness, dude. You know what? You know what I've been seeing a lot lately? I saw these stickers lying around that have been saying Free Palestine, and I want to say that we should really stop saying Free Palestine. You know why? Because if we stop saying Free Palestine, then maybe Israel will stop thinking they can just take it for themselves all the time. You know, what we got to be doing is calling it buy one, get one free Palestine, you know, buy one Palestine, get one Palestine free, you know, try to haggle with them, try to beat them at their own game. And when you haggle with someone, you form communication. With communication, you form compromise. After compromise, you build community. Did I just solve war? Did I just end war? Did Ethan Fyfe, the guy who likes to draw goofy faces on his testicles with a magic marker for fun, just solve war? Fuck yeah, baby! Living my dreams, suck on that. My sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Frick, always telling me I was a deadbeat. You know, I've been just trying to do my own thing, man. Live my own dreams. Hey, is it cool if I do the rest of my set in my RFJK accent? Is that cool? My impression? All right, here we go. We gotta get rid of the fat. We gotta get rid of the fat people. We gotta get rid of the fat people. That's the I gotta kill my family. That's the I gotta kill my family. We gotta get rid of the fat people. No, don't get rid of the fat people. If you get rid of the fat people, then no one would fuck me anymore. Oh God, no! Don't take them away. They're my horny hippos. Please, God, I need them. Oh my goodness, I want to stretch. Hey, I'm going to do another impression for you right now, okay? This is my impression of a white guy who thinks he's a black guy because he's dating a black girl and he's trying to discipline her children. Hey, y'all, get your irrit ass in the hell, yeah? And if you don't think that's a good impression, fuck you, because I know how I sound, okay? Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago's finest,
Thank you
fu-
very much.
the
My name
future
is Ethan Fyfe.
superstar of comedy
Beyond
globally.
Beyond the Courage, I highly recommend everyone hops on. My dude over here gives one of the best fucking podcast conversation. I've had a whole lot of fun. I felt like I went around the world, but I sat my fat ass in the same spot the whole time. I love
Thank you
telling
so
my jokes,
much,
man. Hope
Ethan.
to see you around.
I'll be more than happy to continue this conversation. Maybe next time I can pick you up. We can also record in the car, bring you to the studio, maybe go to the club and continue the panel with other comedians.
Hell yeah,
You
dude!
are
I'm down,
the
definitely down for
craziest,
that.
the most beautiful comedian, the wildest I ever met in my life. And thank you so much for your courage, for your honesty. The impressions, the story with the dragon and DMT is just beyond of the beyond. Going to the comedy club.
Dude, thank you, man, for giving me this opportunity and just to like have a place to speak and just being someone who's like generally trying to get to know other people and just shout people out and just as not trying to just be someone who does his own shit, but trying to form a community around it, man. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, man. Tell everyone else they need to get their ass on Beyond the Courage and do an episode. It's awesome. I'll definitely be back to do another episode, that's for sure. I'm sorry I got to run out, you guys. My name is Ethan Fyfe. It was fun joking off on you assholes, but I got to hit the road and joke off some other assholes, you know? Ow! Fight dog out!
Okay, I'm turning off the recording and